Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's having a happy Thursday. So there was some shenanigans afoot last night. Some shenanigans afoot that I thought y'all might want to hear about. Most of you have X. So for those of you that do have it, you don't need to probably know all this. But for those of you who didn't, hey, Jane, no, I shall fill you in on the shenanigans that have happened last night. So last night, the sewer turtle, was caught yet again using a fake account. Except this time, not only can it be tied directly to him with things like his credit card information and his phone number, hey, dark side, but his IP address as well. So he really stepped in it this time. He was this fake Meredith 5150 at State Street Mayor account on X. This account here was him. I will give everyone a heads up and say, if you're not on X and you don't know anything about this, hey girl, if you're free, I'm happy to send you a link to pop up, Julie, and talk about this with me. But just let me know and then I'll send it to your email. But the account, the fake Meredith 5150 State Street Mayor account, was overtaken last night away from the man-child toddler, and the koalas now have control over it. The long-running joke is Interpol, FBI, the CIA now have control of that account. So you can actually see where they took over. All hail the koalas. But you can see at what time they took over because you go and read the entire account with the post that Aiden made, obviously talking about himself, defending himself in third person. Yeah, absolutely. Let me know. And then when you're home, I'll send you the link. And then when the koalas took it over, all hail the koalas. Apparently, I'm very offensive by putting koala in my name like a week ago. Now apparently I'm a bad person for doing that. Lots of shenanigans, lots of absolute shenanigans and shenanigans afoot. But so the account now no longer belongs to Aiden. As you can see, the koalas have now taken the fake account that Aiden was using to create chaos and go after people like Nan, which is ridiculous to me considering she donated so much money to him and supported him. And he's using this fake account to go after Meredith, Nan, talk shit about everyone he doesn't like, including myself, and make it seem like it's someone else, right? Like it's some random account. And I'll say that there was an account right before this named almost the same thing, 5150 Meredith, that Meredith reported and it got suspended that Aiden was running, and then this one was made as soon as the other one was suspended. So I will show you guys the receipts, of course. This one actually says, hey, Dr. Turtleboy, do you really think you could outsmart this elite team of ASECAN cyber sleuths? I'd like to thank Anton Sanchez along with Chris Koala for bringing this to our attention. And then he's using Federo and Bradle. But this is a video of them showing this is his account. This is his account. So I'll show you the video here. This is after they sort of took it over. And cracked into it, but it shows right here, right? You go into the part so when I changed and put koala in my name, update payment method, right? You go up to an update payment method and it shows you the last payment method, which happens to be none other than Aiden's credit card. Name, Aiden Kearney. Email, turtlepods@gmail, and then his address, Mason Road. Hey, so that's all of the information under this account that now he can't get back into, and he's probably raging over the fact that he can't get back into it. But nonetheless, when you go in to change the billing information, it shows you the old billing information, which is Aiden's account with his credit card and his name. You're going to tell me someone stole his credit card information now, or it's, the theme is it's fake, it's AI, it's, people like Val, not so smart Val, are like, it's Photoshop. I hate to break it to you, Val, darling. It's not Photoshopped. It's not fake. And I'll say this again, as I've said it many times before. Aiden doesn't care how many of you he makes look fucking stupid. He doesn't care. He doesn't care if he makes you all look stupid every day, all fucking day. Pal, he doesn't give a fuck about you. He will continue lying until the cows come home. This is his account. He 100% has been using it to harass people. Like, the new spin is always the same shit, though, isn't it? Right? Like, so it's fake, it's AI, it's made up, it's false, it's made up screenshots, it's falsified screenshots. Now, not for nothing, but everything that Aiden and his minions accuse everyone else of doing are the things that they actively do. I find it so fucking funny. Like, the projection is real life. But as you can see in this, look at whose information is here. Aiden's credit card, Aiden's information. Like, tell me again how that's not his account. He's just handing out his credit card information now to people. Like, get out of here with that nonsense. Never mind that, right? Forget the fact that his credit card is even on the account, right? Let's forget that his credit card is even on there. Let's pretend like his credit card isn't on there. Well, what else do you got, Elise? Oh, let's check. Let's check what else that we have, folks. Let's check that, shall we? I think we shall. We shall. We shall, my friends. So the other thing is, and I think Meredith posted it, is that the fucking IP address is the same. So Meredith shows a screenshot where she is signed into his IP address on a day. She's at his house, and she has a screenshot of the actual IP address, and then showing the IP address of the account, which matches up perfectly. You can't fake that, folks. Sorry to tell you. So here, let me see if I can find it. Meredith posted it, though. And I know that Chris reposted it. But I will tell you this much. I will tell you guys a little tidbit of information. I will tell you that there are a lot of DMs on that account between a multitude of people in Aiden that prove that it's him. Again, even without the IP address, even without his credit card information on the account. And the other theory was, oh, well, the blue check mark is gone. Okay, so when I changed my name on X probably a week or more ago, and I put koala at the back. It says Twisted Tragedies Koala. A lot of us did that who are, friendly with Chris. It was me, Bonnie, Babs. Like, you know how people put Baron or Baroness? It's a play on people who are friends or who, stand for the same, like, not dealing with Aiden bullshit and sort of exposing him for who he is, although I've been doing that for almost 3 years. Lots of people didn't listen. A lot of you did, but like a lot of other people didn't listen because he said I'm the devil. So that just means I'm the devil automatically because he said so. And as most of you know, that's because I didn't lie for him, and he got caught cheating on his wife and 3 other women because I didn't lie for him. So I became public enemy number 1, and he told every lie that he could make up about me. He said all sorts of horrible, nasty, disgusting, not true things about me simply because I did not lie for him. I mean, that's how cuckoo he will go, simply because you're not like. And I wasn't his friend. I was an acquaintance. I was in the same place at the same time covering the same case. I was not friends with him. We didn't talk on the phone daily. We didn't talk about life. So he knew nothing, 0 things about me, okay? And a lot of people who knew what happened were disgusted by what happened, but they wouldn't speak up publicly because they were too afraid of what he would do to them, right? So nonetheless, it's been 3 years since I have been telling people who this man is, and people are actually starting to listen a little more now because there's more receipts, basically, to show. It's like a lot of us didn't date him, so we don't have the kind of receipts that Meredith has, right? And even if you do, as you can see, most of these people will say, oh, well, it's fake. Oh, well, it's not real. Oh, well, it's, all this nonsense. And it's ridiculous, The new spin is going to be the same things over and over. But yeah, he does groom his chat. There's a reason why he always says things like, Meredith just wants me in jail. Meredith just wants me in jail. And that's because when ultimately she has no choice but to go to the police from his fucking relentless harassment and slander, defamation, and criminal stalking behavior, then he can scream, oh, well, see, she just wanted to put me in jail. That is why he screams that from the rooftops. And that's why I think Meredith said, and I'm going to let you guys listen to some of the spaces that you might not have listened to if you don't have X. I'm going to play some of it here, where Meredith says, like, in the relationship when she tried to break up with him, and this rings true to like stuff Lindsay told me about when she tried to break up with him, where he would gaslight and say he wanted to harm himself. But with Meredith, he would use this thing where, oh, well, if you break up with me and you can't help me with my case and you just want me to lose my case and go to jail then. And so like basically try to guilt her into staying with him because otherwise he would lose his case and go to jail. So like this is something that he does with every woman. It's a way to gaslight and manipulate and guilt them into staying with him. He knows that if they don't stay with him, then they might have a lot to say that could make him look bad. So instead, he tries to guilt them into staying, right? But yes, they do ostracize critical thinkers. I 100% agree with you, Leonard. It's something I've been saying for quite a long time. It was a power move doing it on Jess's show. It was actually really funny because I'll show you guys a clip of him during Jess's show where he actually can't even pay attention to what Jess is even saying or talking about or asking because he keeps looking down at his phone. He's so fucking frazzled. And yes, I was literally just about to talk about this too in a second, Grave. Thank you for pointing that out. But we're literally about to get like 1 to 2 or 3 feet of snow all the way from Georgia, it looks like, all the way up into here until Massachusetts in New England. So we're going to be fucking buried in snow over the weekend. I think they said Saturday, Sunday. But either way, yeah, we're going to be actually buried in snow. I have decided that I wanted to go out to dinner and have some drinks with friends. I am more than happy to invite anybody who's in the area to join us. If that's something that you want to do, absolutely reach out to me and I'll tell you guys where we're going. I'm not going to do it publicly, for obvious reasons. But if you're serious and you want to meet up with us on Friday night, I haven't been out since, oh God, I don't even know when, since Halloween, maybe? Yeah, Halloweenish. I don't go out often, but I really, with this family crisis I'm dealing with, I really do need like I need like a mental reset. I need like a minute. You know what I mean? Like I need a minute. I just need to be not in my house and I need to be like with people and I need to like have a few laughs and like just woosah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I haven't been consistent with being here every day either, is because I'm dealing with that. And so I apologize to you guys because I know the consistency is key and I try to do that for you guys the best that I can. And I'm doing the best that I can, I promise, but it's difficult right now. So, but if you are, in the area or you live in the area or you would like to, meet up with us, I'm always the more the merrier. I'm happy to have anybody hang out, have some drinks, eat some food, and have a couple laughs, maybe do a little dancing. I love dancing. I'm a dancing queen. I love dancing. Absolutely. If there's a beat and there's a place to dance, I'm doing it. But you can just reach out to me, email, text message, DM, whatever, and I'll let you know where we're going to be. But yeah, Graves right. We're about to get dumped on with snow, like really bad. I'm sure the stores are going to be absolutely ridiculous to try to get stuff. But I am going to play some of this spaces you guys can hear, and I'm going to show you, let me see, the Interpol now is this account. I love that. And that's the other thing. People taking dead serious, like Interpol and CIA doesn't have the account. It's a joke, you idiots. Yeah, they can see who is liking the account's post to know if anyone was secretly like against her. Oh, he's caught 100%. It's definitely validating. It has been validating for a long time for a lot of us. Oh, hey, girl. Hey, my Jersey girl. It is validating because a lot of us really just wanted people to know, like, if you're not aware, like, this man doesn't care if he has no, and a lot of people like, I have nothing to fear. I have nothing embarrassing in my background. And it's like, I try to tell this to people ahead of time, and anybody who has dealt with it will tell you it doesn't matter. He'll just make it up. He will literally just make it up, and then he'll have 5 of his minions confirm that they saw it, heard it, were there, whatever. Like, they will lie for him no matter what. And it's kind of perplexing to me why some of these people are willing to lie the way they're willing to lie for him. It's actually bananas, but it definitely is a lot validating. But, a lot of stuff that Meredith says does ring true to some of the stuff that Lindsay said. And I know that, like, they're both at each other's throats or whatever, but, like, they don't have to like each other to realize that there are some things that Aiden did, and not just those situations, but even with Leah, right? Like, women he's with, it's the same patterns over and over and over. And of course, I think Aiden made like a tweet or something saying like that, on this fake account, saying that like, oh, well, it's just Meredith's just crazy, and so is Lindsay, basically. Like, so everyone's just crazy. All the women he dates, it's all the women he dates. It's not him. They're all doing the same things to him. Everyone's setting him up, right? It's all a setup, which is like so fucking absurd to me. So actually fucking absurd. What the actual hell? Like the fact that anyone would actually believe that he was set up in any way, shape, or form to me is absolutely fucking bonkers. It's bonkers. And he was sending DMs from that account. But yes, Law Nerd, it absolutely is validating. And honestly, the reason I wanted people to listen is because I didn't want people to get hurt, right? And here we are, like, I talked to Donna this morning. She still has a court date for that criminal case with him in New Jersey on the 5th of February. And it's like, all of these people could have been spared that kind of, I mean, look at him. He stole $5,000 just that went into his bank account out of 10,000. And then there was, Meredith said 2,500 in cash that he took from that Halloween party that he didn't give Karen Reed, right? So that's technically $7,500. And he's over here bitching about Donna making 3 t-shirts that had a turtle on it because she said that she would throw in some money to help with this defense fund. Well, here's the thing. If I say I'm going to help out and throw something into your defense fund and I sell 3 t-shirts that have a turtle on it, now it wasn't even the Turtleboy turtle, it's just a turtle, okay? To try to help out, right? And then I discover that you're a lying piece of human garbage. I don't actually have to help you after that. I offered to be kind to help, but if I discover in the meantime that you're just a human piece of shit, then I can retract that and say, you know what, fuck him. I am not going to defend him anymore, and I'm not going to give him any money. Like, fuck off. Right? And the amount that it costs to make a t-shirt like that, even with the vinyl alone, is expensive. So he would have gotten maybe like $4 per shirt if she was being generous, right? Like a whopping, he wanted his 10 cents and he wanted it now, right? He wanted it and he wanted it now. And so he drags Donna through the mud for t-shirts that she made, that she sold while he's selling free Karen Reed merchandise that he made hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars on, okay? That he didn't give a single penny to Karen Reed, and then he's over here bitching about 3 t-shirts or 4 t-shirts that Donna made because he wants his 7 cents. I mean, the fact that people defend that is the part that blows my ever-loving mind. So it's okay for him to sell free Karen Reed merchandise with Karen's name and everyone else's name included on these cases, and he can sell it and he can make every penny, but someone who sells a turtle on a shirt is a fucking problem or a grifter or a liar or a scammer. And then he, of course, with Donna, added extra like fake shit, like she didn't donate to Karen's defense fund. She did. It's in Karen's defense fund, Razor, and there's screenshots, and there's an email. Like, he accidentally showed the screenshot while he was saying that she didn't do it, which I found hilarious because it's just him telling on himself accidentally. But that's called karma. It's called insta karma, right? Like, I wish more insta karma would happen. But yes, it definitely is validating because all we really wanted was for people to watch out, for people to not be hurt, for people to understand who they're dealing with, for people to not, hey, Benny, not get themselves involved with someone who's ultimately going to try to destroy their livelihood, their lives, their family, simply because his ego is so large that he needs everyone to pay attention to him and he needs to hide his bad deeds. So if he needs to throw 72 people under a bus and make it up to make it look like they did it and he didn't, just to hide his bad deeds, then he's going to. And you're right, Amber. Narcs will spin everything into a way to suck people back in. It's what they do best. Narcissists do it best. They always play the victim when they're the perpetrator. I'm glad people are seeing the light too, because it's hard. I know. I'm sorry, girl. Listen, I'm sorry. It's going to be, miss you too. It's going to be the whole East Coast, basically, from like Georgia all the way up. And I think a little bit over too. Like, it's going across like this and then up like that. So yeah. They did troll him so hard while dropping it while he was there, because all he could do was look at his phone. I'll show you guys that clip in a second because I think it's probably the funniest one. Oh, thank you, Jersey girl. I appreciate. He had been using it up until yesterday. Let me check real quick. Sorry, I don't usually get any donations this early in the stream, and I haven't even put up the donation thing yet. So I appreciate you. As you guys know, this is my income, and not being here for as long as I have it and it being very spotty when I'm here, it definitely takes its toll on me being able to make any money whatsoever. So I appreciate you guys. I see it right here. Okay. Oh, thanks, Jersey girl. She sends $5. I appreciate you. She says, miss you, get a coffee. It's been a rough 3 months. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that your husband passed. That's awful. I send all of my love. I'm a hugger. So listen, next time you're up here, you give me a call and I'm going to give you the biggest hug ever. Aw. Grave sends $100 and says, for whatever. Thank you, Grave. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate all of you, even just being here. Like, it's a big help to the channel. And I've been dealing with family crisis for about 2 weeks, and I'm still dealing with it. And so, like, it's been a lot. So I appreciate you guys. I do. And I miss you guys when I'm not here. Like, I, you know, at least know that if I come here, I get to smile and laugh, and I absolutely adore all of you. And I love that we can all coexist in a place, even if we don't believe the same things in a case, that we can coexist here. There are not a lot of places on YouTube or X or anywhere else where Free Karen Reed and not Free Karen Reed can exist in one space and still be a community and care about each other and not be trying to tear each other down, because that's what Aiden wants. That's what he needs to make money, is people fighting against one another constantly, you know? So I appreciate all of you. I'm going to show you guys the clip because I think it is pretty funny. Amber's right. It's pretty funny. Hold on, let me see. Bonnie has it because, of course, Bonnie's the master of clips. Bon, you are the master of clips, my koala friend. She is. She hits it out of the park every time. I'm like, listen, if one day my channel starts making money, like decent money, like, I'm going to pay Bonnie to do all of my damn clips. Like, that's what we're doing. Hey, why is it not working? What's happening? Hello. Oh, come on now. All right, let's see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. On. What happened? Uh-oh, is her countdown? Hold on, let me check something real quick off screen and see if I can find it in my messages here. Damn it. It's unavailable. It's such a good clip, though. I wonder if, did anybody download it at all? By any chance? Damn it. Why isn't it working? You know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to disconnect my internet for 1 second and reconnect, so it might buffer for a second. Let's try this, and then let's try doing it here. Maybe because I have multiple things open here. Let's see if I try it this way. If it'll work. Contact. Cool. Why is it doing that? Am I the only one having like this problem? What is happening? But he had been using this account since the other one got shut down. See, yeah, you're getting it too. So all of Tennessee. So it's going like over and then up all the snow. Oh my God. So if they took all of his phones down, because again, he's got 3 phone numbers now. So 3 phones. He's always had 2, but he got a 3rd like months ago. So, I mean, it's called hovering. It's the act of drawing victims back in. Yeah. I mean, it's sad to watch all these people kind of go back into it, you know? Lots of hugs for you, my friend. My first husband passed away. So believe me, I get it. It's down? Okay, so it's not just me. Listen, girl, you don't have to tell me, okay? A lot of people like the gray, and they're like, oh, but I love the gray. And I'm like, no, but I hate it. I look 10 years younger when I have no grays. A lot of people gave compliments on my hair after, as you can see, I dyed it. But here's the funny part is I did not dye from here down. I didn't dye anything from here down. This is my natural color and this is the dye. So it's essentially the exact same thing. All I did was the top and the underneath, because the underneath is where all my grays are. When I wear my hair down, like even with them, you can see them, but not as prevalent when I wear my hair up because it's all underneath, right? But yes, I look much younger, obviously, without my grays. I'm 39. But my mother went gray early, so unfortunately I got the gray early genes. And I'm also wearing my glasses, which makes me look like a nerd. And I won't have my glass. Thankfully, I'm getting my contacts later on tonight. But I've been wearing my glasses for a couple weeks now because I was waiting for my contacts to come in and I hate wearing my glasses. I think they look horrible on me. Other people, my husband actually likes them. He calls me the librarian, but I'm not a fan of the glasses, to be honest with you, at all. So, but yes, you are right. They do. Yeah, the one looking at his phone, but it looks much better. The grays are gone. So when the grays are gone, people sometimes ask me if I'm like 29, 28, and I'm like, God bless you. I'll take it. No, go another 10 years upwards, but I'll take it. I mean, I don't have any wrinkles yet. That's pretty good for 39, I guess. I have a lot of rosacea, but I have psoriasis. So my skin is super extra dry. I need like a facial or a microdermabrasion. Unfortunately, I can't afford that, but that's what I really need for my skin. It needs a lot of hydration. It needs a lot of to get the dead skin cells underneath the surface sort of off. Hey, Cynthia. Nice to see you. I hope you're getting nice weather because it's cold here. But yeah, Jim, that's a funny clip. We have to get it. I don't know what's going on with X. It's having a problem now. Let's see if it's working again. Oh yes, good. I found it. Okay, good. I found it. So I don't know what it was for that minute there. It was just being a pain in the butt. All right. I agree with you, Allie. It looks much better without the grays. I 100% agree with you, and it's definitely not shallow. I wear my grays a lot, because I don't always have time for dyeing hair, but I did the other day because I was feeling like I needed a refresher. I don't want to feel like I'm 55 when I'm 39 and my body already feels 79. So, I figured I got it right here, I think, Jim. Thank you for sending it to me, though, because I don't know what was going on with X, but it was like not working. All right, let's see if we can. I got to make it bigger for you guys because it is pretty funny. So I'm going to show you this clip, and it's literally as this information is being released on X, hey, Jaggy, he is on Jess Machado's show. So like he's literally looking at his phone every 10 seconds. He can't even concentrate. He's so fucking flustered by realizing that he's caught, Let's see. Where is I get a stupid, what they're going to do is so if you're here with me live, you'll be able to hear the music in the background. Later on, what's going to happen is I'm going to have to edit out the background music because as soon as I get done with the live stream, YouTube will send me this thing and be like, you cannot do anything with this live stream of yours until you edit out the music in the background because it's not royalty free music. It's like every piece of music is copyright. So yeah. So I'm gonna have to edit it out later. But if you're here with me now live, you'll be able to see or hear the sort of background music. So all right, so it says, let's watch how Turtle can't seem to stay focused or stop looking down at his phone or texting while his sock account is exposed that he's been using to impersonate and harass Meredith and other witnesses with. Here we go. Yeah, it's going to be a blizzard. It's going to be crazy.
Didn't even know that in the first. Had to wait to the second for that. Yeah. The wheels of justice are slow, and it will most likely be a very long time before the family of John O'Keefe sees justice for his murder. I know how you want this story to end, but when it's all said and done, how do you really think this will all play out? Will those responsible for his murder ever be held accountable? And you responded, if I were a betting man, I would bet that this will end with the arrest of at least Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert, Michael Proctor, and probably Brian Tully, Michael Morrissey, Chris Albert, Colin Albert, Yuri Buchanan, Adam Lally, and anyone else who has anything else to do with this cover-up spend a significant amount of time in jail.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I think
you can't even answer it.
You were very optimistic in that response. I said, you're often criticized for your style of journalism, from the language you use, the subjects you choose to write about, and your take on social and political issues. Critics maintain you are nothing more than a blogger with no credibility. On your social media pages, you say you are journalism Jesus, yet you have amassed a large following of supporters, many of which pay to keep your platforms up and running. How do you define yourself in the industry, and why do you think so many people gravitate towards your style of reporting?
That's the hat thing. Activist, satirist, and I was always saying that.
Satirist wasn't there yet. Close. He was entertainer. So journalist, activist, entertainer.
Yeah. Okay.
So very similar story to what you were saying, but you said I break major news stories. I don't stop there.
No,
I take a firm position on the stories I'm writing about. I try to fix whatever problem I'm highlighting. That's my activist side. On the live show, you see a more laid back version of life. I try to fix whatever problem I'm highlighting. That's my activist side. On the live show, you see a more laid back version of me. See a more laid back version of me making people laugh and talking about things that I've uncovered. My language isn't for everyone, and my biggest critic is my mother. So I'm cognizant of the fact that I swear too much, and I'm trying to work on that. I promise. But my heart is in the right place, and I can just come across as rough around the edges, when in reality, I'm a big softie. Here and there, but no one cares about the Fall River gutter Muppet selling her food stamps on Facebook. It's just not that important. However, I would argue that Jennifer McCabe and Chris Albert are ratchets in disguise. Next year's Ratchet Madness is going to be completely Canton-based.
That's true.
While you are kind of in this, but now that some time has passed, do you ever feel compelled to go back to the basics of when you frickin' Parm? He was the 12th choice to be a special prosecutor because no one else was foolish enough to declare war on the First Amendment like he was. My supporters, like the Canton Nine, are like family to me. I would do anything for those people, and I know that they would do the same for me. These are not minions. They are highly educated, deeply concerned, tax-paying citizens who refuse to remain silent as Oompa Loompa Ken Mello tramples on the... Just like the Canton Nine are like family to me. I would do anything for those people, and I know that they would do the same for me. These are not minions. They are highly educated, deeply concerned, tax-paying citizens who refuse to remain silent as Oompa Loompa Ken Mello tramples on the first. I know he lives in Somerset with me. His health wasn't doing well. I did miss that big dick energy he was exerting when he was walking into court. You know what I mean? He'd have somebody drop him off and he'd walk in. You always kind of felt bad for Kazi a little differently, but
I never felt bad for him because he was evil. You know what I mean? Like he put me in jail and
I know
on my birthday, it felt like nothing didn't bother me.
You are evil.
That I'm out to hurt or attack people. I am the person who stands up to the bullies. That's not attacking people. That's defending people. Today, what would you say is the biggest misconception about you that you would want to correct? Or does that stand true today?
What is the big? What's my answer?
It was that you were out to hurt or attack people, and that you're the person you're saying that's not attacking people. You're defending people. You're standing up to bullies. You wanted people to know that you weren't being out hurting people deliberately. That you were standing up to these people. Do you think that's still the biggest misconception about you? Today, if you have to answer that question. So let's talk about. He's still here. Talk to us about.
Can I go?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm
going to read some comments.
Okay, go ahead.
You guys, all of you will take bathroom breaks.
Yes, occasionally we have to take a bathroom break. What would you like us to do?
Even Jess's husband is like, did he just get up and leave for a quote bathroom break? Aiden doesn't need a bathroom break. Let's be clear here. He got up, took his phone because emergency stock account issue happening right now live. Gotta figure it out. Right? That's what happened. But I will let Chris tell you guys in his own words about some of what happened with all of this. And let me pull up. Babs did a space last night. I was just in the chat. I couldn't jump up onto the space. I wanted to, but I couldn't. Yeah, he got bubble guts all of a sudden, Jackie. Bubble guts. He says bubble guts. That's so funny because that's what me and my husband call it, bubble guts. It's hilarious. This is Babs's space on X. So I'm going to let you guys listen to a little bit of it because some of it, I'm going to skip around a little, but a lot of it, Chris will tell you sort of what happened. And then as we go along on this, you'll hear them read some of my comments on the space. I'm commenting in the comment section or whatever. No worries, my friend. This all happened last night. And so, I was watching it. I knew ahead of time something was going on. So, I may or may not have known. I cannot confirm nor deny that I knew that some things were going to be dropping bombs. So, nonetheless, there's a lot more. Let's just throw that out there. If Aiden thinks that somehow this is it, he now knows he's locked out of this fake account that he was using, right? So the account has been overtaken by the CIA, FBI, and Interpol. And the amount of people who took that seriously and were like, the CIA and Interpol did not have the account. That was a running joke. Okay, cool. Sure, guys. But it has been taken away from Aiden and he's locked out of it now. And if you go to the account, you can actually see where Aiden got locked out and it was overtaken last night. Because it goes from him posting about himself and how horrible Meredith or me or anyone else is to Chris's pictures of koalas and so it was like 9 hours and then 3 hours. It's like a 6-hour space in between the last post or whatever. And that is the time where the account was taken away from Aiden and reset, and then the passwords and stuff were reset. So I actually fell asleep with my earbud in it as well, Jackie. So you are not the only one. I also fell asleep with the earbud in my ear. My headphones died. I woke up at like 4 a.m. and plugged the headphones in. But I also, with you, my friend, fell asleep listening to Spaces with my headphones in. So you're not the only one. But yes, lots of things went down. But you have to remember, there's also a lot of direct messaging. And so since the turtle world would like to keep saying that it's fake and it's AI and it's this and it's that, I implore you to buckle up for later on today. Right now, it is, you have to remember there is a very large time gap in Australia between what time it is here and what time it is in Australia. In Australia, right now, it's like 4:30 in the morning in some places, 5:30 in other places. So like there's like 4 or 5 different time zones, and it goes from like 12:35 a.m. to like 5:35 a.m. So it's like, real early in the morning right now in Australia. But I would say that you should probably keep an eye on X for the rest of the day after like 2-ish, because there will be more, because everyone wants to claim it's fake. Well, then there is no choice but to release other things that show that it's not fake, right? Yeah, well, it needed to be done. It needed to be done, right? Bow down to the koala and koala crew, my friends. I love that Bonnie put on her, like, how on X you can have like a title thing. It says the girls, and that's what Chris calls us, is the girls. So I love that she put that there. It's awesome. It's amazing. Yeah, he does. He shits turtles. You know what I mean? And it's funny because like, I don't have to agree with Chris on every single thing on planet Earth to be friendly with him, just like I don't have to agree with all of you on every single thing on planet Earth. Thank you, YVE, for being a member for a month, my friend. I appreciate it very much. Y'all know you can get your memberships to the channel if you so choose, or donate if you so choose. These are the ways you can do it. And we have a link over there in the chat that's pinned to the top on YouTube that you can click on, and you can use. It goes to my PayPal, but you can use any credit or debit card, and you don't need a PayPal yourself to do it. It's a secure link for credit or debit cards. Or you can do super chats and super stickers and memberships. Those are, and you can gift memberships, which I love to see. I love when that happens. But yes, he wakes up and just turtles now. But that's why I kind of bring you guys some of the stuff that not all of you have X. A lot of people deactivate from X because it is such a cesspool, and it is like so taxing. It's draining, it's taxing, but I can be friendly with Chris and not, agree with every single thing he says, or not agree with every person that he hates, right? Like that's, you're never going to agree fully 100% with one person about every single thing. So it's like, I put koala in the back of my name about a week ago on X, and that apparently has pissed off quite a few people, that I put koala in the back of my name. Like, cry me a fucking river, dude. Okay. Actually, Chris has reached out to me privately, just as a few of you have, dealing with this sort of family crisis I'm dealing with, that I haven't really told many people what it is, other than like maybe 3 or 4. And Chris kindly just reached out and said, hey, like, I don't know what's going on, but like, I'm here for you if you need anything, which is just nice to know that someone like gives a fuck enough to even just send that message, and like it's a way to say to someone like, hey, like, we don't have to agree on everything and we're friends, but like, I'm here for you if you need anything, and there's not obviously much Chris can do from Australia, but it's nice to know that like he gave a fuck enough to send me that message. I'm in a group chat with, he could have put it there, and he didn't. He sent it to me privately in a private DM. But it's like me and Chris and Babs and Bonnie and all of these other people, Baroness, Kiki, and so many of you, we all agree Aiden's a bad person. He hurts people. That is what he does. All we want is for these people to stop. Me and Chris have talked about it a million times, but with the way that I do mine during the day and the way that like the time difference in Australia, it never usually works out. So that's usually why I'll jump on a space with him. I've done spaces with Chris on Twitter, because at night he'll be on spaces. because it's a different time in Australia. But in the morning time here, or the time that I do my live streams here, like I said, it's like 4:30 or 5:30 in the morning there. So it's like the time doesn't really match up for him to be here. I suppose if I did a night stream, we could probably get him on. I'm sure he would love to. He is very kind and generous with his time. And he always answers. Hey, New Hampshire dude. Nice to see you. It's nice to see all of you. It's always nice to see new faces. It's nice to see old faces. It's nice to just have all of you here in general. You know, I appreciate any and all of you guys. All right, let's see. What else we got here? It's nice to see you, Shannon. Nice to see you. The irrelevant connections. These ridiculous connections that some of these people make are so, hey, Kathy, are so out there. It's absolutely fucking insane. You know, it's insane. If TV supporters want to bring people to their side, they should also be kind to those who disagree with them, but all they do is hurl insults. See, that's the problem. But it's by design, because that's what Aiden created. That's what he wants. You know, that's what he wants. It's literally what he wants. He wants people to be at each other's throats and fighting each other, because that's how he makes money. Is by people looking for a place to do that. They find that place in his space, you know, his YouTube. And so, like, you know, it's okay to be that way over there. And so he gets money thrown at him over there for doing it. So if he can't create chaos, he can't make money. You know, he can't do cases on his own. He can't read legal documents and know what they mean like me or you could. You know what I mean? He doesn't have that kind of, when people say like he's smart, we're talking about the same man who wrote C's and D's get degrees in college. Like that was his motto. C's and D's get degrees. Like, no, bro, you should strive to do much better than that, but cool. Oh no, it's 100% true, Amber. It's 100% true. That account is his account. There are, like I said, there are many DMs that have yet to be released that I would keep an eye on out for that prove it's him. We have his credit card information, address, phone number on the account itself. Then to boot, his IP address matches his IP address at home. Meredith has posted a screenshot of that if you haven't seen it. It is her logged into his IP address using his Wi-Fi at his house back in July. And, you know, she highlights it, the IP address, and then highlights the IP address on the account, completely matches up. So like that, there is no mistake. The account is his. He has his own credit card information on the account's paper, his stupid blue check mark, which is so stupid of him. But when you change, and that was the other debunked nonsense, they were like, oh, well, the check mark's gone away. Yes, my check mark disappeared. So when I put koala on the back of my name on X, my check mark, and it told me when I was doing it, when I hit submit, when I was changing the name, it told me my check mark would go away. It would come off of my account and it wouldn't say verified anymore until they, quote, reviewed it. And then and it said it could take a couple of days. So once they reviewed it, I got my blue check mark back and it came back into my account saying that I was verified. That disappeared when I changed my name for about 3 days, 2 days, maybe 3 days. It was either 2 or 3 days. And so people were like, oh, it doesn't do that. And yes, it does. I literally just went through this when I changed my name. It absolutely does. I lost my blue check mark. And even though I'm paying for it, okay, and I lost the check mark. And then in my account, it didn't say verified anymore. Like it took 2 or 3 days for them to quote review it. And again, before I hit the second submit, it tells you that. It literally tells you it's going to do that. So for anybody claiming that it doesn't do that, go and try to change your name right now and see what it does. I guarantee you, you will see that it does exactly what we're telling you it does. You know, why would I lie? That's the other thing is I love when people are like, oh, that can't be true, that they must be lying. Like, when have any of you who've been with me long term known me to sit here and say something that's just not true? For any reason whatsoever. I don't sit here and just say shit that's not true for funsies. Like, I don't do that. And I'd like to point out that Chris doesn't often just post things that are not true. I don't think I've ever seen Chris post something that was not true. He doesn't just post, you know, fake shit for fun, and neither do I. So it's like, use your common sense. And then you have people like Val being like, it's fake, it's photoshopped. Clearly you wouldn't know a Photoshop if it punched you in your fucking forehead, Val, because it's not Photoshop, darling. It's 100% real. And again, he doesn't care how many of you he makes look like absolute fucking buffoons. He will make you look like a buffoon every day, all day, Val, because he doesn't give a fuck about any of you. I don't know what part of that you're not, you know, Allie, I've heard this so many times. So many people have a small crush on Chris. I said, Chris, you might want to tell your girlfriend you have a fan base now, my friend. You know, my husband my husband the other day was like, how are my fans? Do they miss me? I was like, oh, they're your fans now, babe. They're your fans. They're your fans. They're gonna tune in to the booty and that booty and the beard. That's the name he decided on for a dual YouTube channel for me and him, where we would do ridiculous challenges. Is we're gonna call it that booty and the beard. Mm-hmm. That was all his idea. Don't ask me where it came from. I would love to know what the hell Krupp is doing, Christina. Like, what the fuck is Krupp doing? Like, what are we doing, Krupp? They can't do anything without the permission, unfortunately. So again, it'll take months. That's the other problem is Krupp needs to hurry up and decide because it could take months to go through that phone. That's why his trial has been pushed off all the way until November, is because if Judge Krupp says yes, then it could take months to go through the phone, Well, she is technically a witness, so she could go for witness intimidation charges, criminal harassment, blackmail. And blackmail and extortion is like it's under the same law. So it's like blackmail / extortion. She could go for that. Stalking. Our stalking laws here in Massachusetts don't require you to be physically stalked. It also uses digital. So there are quite a few different things that she could take legal action. She also could do, civil, which is like defamation, economic harm, basically it's cruel and unusual punishment to someone is what he's doing. And there's no like specific law for cruel and unusual punishment, but you can argue in that legal, like this is cruel and unusual. Like all of it is cruel and unusual, right? And so if you're causing economic harm, and so this account, this State Street Mayor account, has been tagging her job nonstop all the time. So like that's trying to get someone fired on purpose. You're trying to cause them to lose their, like again, he didn't care how much money he cost me or my family or the food that came off of my table for lying about me. He didn't care. As long as he could hide his own dirt, it didn't matter how he hurt me, right? He just doesn't have the capacity to give a fuck, Something is wrong with his brain. Targeting anyone's work is fucking crazy, But Val, the towel says photoshopped. Yeah, the towel is definitely the person you should be listening to. Mm-hmm. Sure thing. Also, if that's the person that you listen to, let me know when you come out of the Born Identity and Born Ultimatum movies, and let me know how many secret spy people that you arrested along the way, Val, okay? If that's the person you're listening to, I fully believe that you think that you're also in the Born Identity. Just saying. Oh, yeah, those DMs are going to be quite fun. There's some quite funny shit that he doesn't care. He just thinks he's never going to get caught, Yeah, she said a lawyer. If I was her, I would have a long time ago, It is harassment. It's been beyond harassment, I got a lot of messages about Julie being on. And Julie got some really nice messages from people, which I found to be really cool. And I want to thank you guys for that. It was really nice of you guys to reach out to Julie and say how much you enjoyed her on. Me and Julie are really close friends. We talk every day. And let me be clear, just because we're friends doesn't mean I agree with everything she says or does, because apparently that's the new thing, right, Julie? Is that if you're friends with someone else, then apparently I'm also friends with them. I love Julie to death. She is one of my closest friends and confidants for years now. And I couldn't ask for a better friend. And when people attack her, I take it personally because they don't know her, right? I do. I know her. And so it just pisses me off, but she's got great insight and she knows a lot of things that other people don't because she's been here the entire time, So she's been around for all of this stuff. She can confirm a lot of it because she was there with me, like, as a friend the entire time. So, it was really nice to those of you that did reach out to her or me. I love having, a friend or someone I know on, Babs backup. No, Babs backup is Babs. Her account was, I think it was 7 days. It was like suspended or she couldn't like comment on it, write on anything. So it's her, that backup Babs account is Babs. After last night on the Just Shadow. So I don't even understand. I think them two are doing stuff and it's just all about making money with them, fundraisers and it is all about money. I mean, again, I'm not going to say that like as a content creator, you don't worry about making money. Like it's your job. Right. And it pisses me off when people are like, it's not a job. It is a job. Maybe for some people it's not a job. Maybe they don't put as much work into it as I do. I mean, I guess that's possible, but like I guess you could just push the button and go, right? But you still have to create a thumbnail, a description. You still have to figure out what you're going to talk about. You still have to look information and get into verifying information, documents, witnesses, like the whole shit. Like there's a lot of work that goes into this shit. And I take pride in the fact that I do that work, right? Like I do it. And it works for me and it works for my medical conditions. I have, you know, like Julie knows, I don't share with, you guys know that I have medical. I just don't share what all of them are. You guys have a good long list of most of them, but I have heart issues. I have, you know, chronic pain in my entire body and a slew of other issues right now. I have inflammation in my entire body, like it's like wreaking havoc in my organs and just all sorts of shit. And so I have chronic fatigue, I have POTS, I have, you know, chronic pain. I can only do so much physically because of my heart. The inflammation is inside the walls of the muscles of my heart. And so I'm limited now. I did very physical jobs for most of my life. Working at the prison was a physical job. Dancing was a physical job. I did physical work. I did drywall at one point in my life for a long time. Like I did a lot of physical work in my lifetime. And so being limited physically on what I can do now feels like my life was kind of stolen from me. Nobody ever expects that in your 30s, you're going to get sick with these multitude of issues and be limited, right? And so for YouTube, I can reschedule when I need to. I can move the hours if I have to. I can shut my camera off and get up if I'm in a lot of pain. I can just keep the camera off completely if I would like to lay down and just keep a mic with me. Like there are a multitude of things that I can do to make it work. And it's either that or I'd have to apply for disability, Social Security, and nobody can live on that a month. I would prefer to work, make a living. I mean, it would be the same as, you know, working from home, except working from home, you do not get you can't say like, I'm in chronic pain, I need to get up or I need to lay down or I need to shut my camera. There is no doing that if you're working from home for a company. Like you're still working their hours at that desk for however many hours they want you there. And so this gives me the freedom to be able to do something that I love, advocate and help people in the way that I love, and at the same time, make an honest living for my family. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with content creators making money. My problem becomes when they cross that line between making an honest living and just bold-faced lying to their audience for shits and giggles, to cover bad behavior, to bully other people, to destroy people's lives, and then using it as some way to wield their followers to attack other people to hide your own bad behavior. When you get to the point that you're doing that kind of shit, that's way beyond the line. I don't even know how either one of them have a YouTube channel still, because it's beyond terms of service. It's against terms of service completely. But when you have more followers, they tend to look the other way on things because you're making YouTube money. Like that's the problem, is smaller creators will get, you know, one violation and you'll lose your channel, right? Like, or 2 violations, you lose your channel. A bigger creator could get 10 and nothing ever happens because they're making YouTube more money. And that's like, it's the reality of the situation, which is why I have to be more careful than other people. I'm not as big as those people, but I also didn't get an influx of 20, 30, 40,000, you know, subscribers by jumping on the back of the sewer turtle. A lot of those other people did, including Jess Machado. So let's be fucking clear here. I built my channel brick by brick, subscriber by subscriber, all on my fucking own with no help from anyone, you know? And at least I can take pride in that, you know? Val has a sense of gum on the bottom of our shoes. That's a fact. That's a fact, in my opinion. I'm starting to be like, I am over, then I do not like garbage. Boy, never have. I'll never subscribe to that. He is a giant troublemaker. It's something that he's been doing for a really long time, though, Amber, unfortunately. And I wish the people had listened. He's ripped. Chris does lots of workouts. He's got a fan club, you know? He used to be friends with Lily, but apparently Lily lost her mind on him. I don't know. Something happened. He works out. Yeah, goes to the gym, you know? She said on her channel she was present for some. Yeah, she did say that. So that's what makes her an automatic. Hey, Mandolin, how are you, darling? It's nice to see you. We're gonna have to have another phone conversation soon. I miss you. I need some giggles. I need some giggles, my friend. Yeah, so like she's essentially a witness to a lot of the shit that he did. Some things that he hasn't even been charged with, you know? I don't know when corrupt's changing courts. It's usually like every 3 to 6 months. So maybe he does have to answer before he switches, but that would mean that he doesn't have a ton of time left. He's been sitting on that for quite a while. I don't know why the hell corrupt is sitting on that for so long, you know? I love you. I love you. I know I'm behind in the comments. My bad. She loves dogs, and her dog is such a big baby. I love him. It is unbelievable. It doesn't matter what side you're on. I mean, what really pisses me off the most is the level that Aiden's allowed to go to or will go to harass people who have in turn supported him and helped him out. Look at the people that he has basically, you know, kicked in the teeth at one point for supporting him in big ways. SC, Nan, like there's just a whole list of people who supported him and didn't expect anything in return, but just to be treated with respect and kindness. And he couldn't even do that, right? Like if you have people supporting your channel to the point where you're surviving financially, like then good for you. You don't have to grind as hard as I do, right? But if you can't even respect or treat them with the kindness that they fucking deserve, they're not asking for anything in return. And believe you, there are people that will try to ask for something in return. But these are people who are just straight supporting you, right? Just like appreciate your work, appreciate what you do, like want to help out when I can. And when people have a little more, they want to help out a little more, you know? And it does make the creator feel seen and noticed, and it makes them feel like, you know, my hard work's paying off. And so, you know, they're giving you those feelings by supporting you, and you can't even treat them with the basic kindness and respect that they deserve. They didn't do anything to you, right? They didn't do anything to you. But if they disagree with him on anything, doesn't matter what it is, if they disagree with him on anything at all, he loses his fucking mind, sends the dog whistle, and then him and his 17 minions decide they're going to attack, right? Not okay. Just not okay. So Chris posted, I had it up earlier, but he had posted it was a video that I played, the inside of the account. Once they were into the account, once he was into the account, you can go into the account details, and it shows Aiden's credit card numbers, his, you know, like if you go to change payment details, it shows you the old payment details. And the old payment details are Aiden's name, address, phone number, and credit card. Then you have Meredith showing the IP address from when she was hooked up to his Wi-Fi at his house and the date and time she was, and then the IP address that Chris can show on the account, same IP address, which means it was in the same place. And then there are the DMs, you know, there are the DMs that prove as well. I love Sundays are my favorite show. And the fact that I didn't do one last Sunday sucked so bad, but like Sundays are my favorite show. That is my favorite show to do is on Sundays. I don't know why. Sunday is always one of my favorite days to do a show with you guys. It's just a very laid back day because it's a weekend and a lot more people can be here, but I absolutely love my Sunday shows, and I am aiming to try to do my Sunday show this week. So fingers crossed, you know? It's not surprising because if you think about it, this isn't just this one account that has been exposed, and technically it was two because it was one that was suspended before this one that was named almost the same thing that he ran. But there are more. He has more than these. These are just the ones that are exposed. Think about how many other ones he has out there, you know? We all knew that account was him. We all knew. It was by the way he talked, and how many of his other accounts have been exposed in the way that they talk. It absolutely 100%. I have no doubt that that BLT account is either him or someone closely related to one of his minions and him. I have no doubt in my mind because that account and like 3 other ones were going pretty hard last night about how it's all fake and it's all AI, which tells me that he needed that damage control done. And there's nobody who's going to want that damage control done more than he is. So nobody's going to try to go harder than him or him pushing someone to do it, you know? Well, we know for sure it was Aiden, but he also likes just, you know, shit. But I mean, it's the way that it talks, you know? It's the way that he talks. No, it's him trolling. It's an entire account, This is an entire account on X called Meredith 5150, and it's like at something, at State Street Mayor or something like that. And he was tagging her work, and, you know, he was talking shit about me, her, anyone he doesn't like, you know? Yeah, now the account is taken over away from him, and he's been locked out of it. So that's how, like, DMs were, that's how we were able to go in and show you guys, like, the account details and all that, is he is now locked out of the account since last night. Since, like, it was announced that it was him, like, right after that. Because you could go in, and when you try to change the payment, when you go to change the payment, if you click like change payment details, Like say you're going to put a different credit card on it. It shows you the old details of the last 4 of your card, the name, the address, the phone number. That's how. Yeah, the one that I just showed was that one, but there was one I showed before that at the beginning of the stream that was with the credit card stuff. You know, I don't blame you, New Hampshire dude. A lot of people have said that to me, that they feel cheated. And it's like, I wish people had listened to me, because I had been telling them for a really long time, like, you might as well just light your money on fire. Flush it down the tubes. Because even what he's doing with it in general, it's not like he is like grateful to have it, to put food on his table or to pay his rent. Like, he's essentially like, A, he's the cheapest person on planet Earth. He doesn't even want to pay when he goes out with his girlfriends, which is pretty fucking sad. But B, he doesn't use his money to do anything good or help anyone in any way. Like, I don't have a lot, but if I can help someone, I will. So if I have $150 in my account and they have no food and I can give them $25, even though it's going to leave me short, I'd still do it, because if they have nothing and I have a little something, then like, I would rather them have something and me have something than they have nothing and me have something, if that makes sense to you. For him, he doesn't care about anyone else. You know, there's a lot of people who feel like they were cheated by sending him money, or, you know, donating to his quote defense fund. Like, while he's actively telling people now he's looking to buy a house. Like, why are you looking to buy a house if you're asking other people to pay your defense fund? Why don't you pay for it then? If you have the money to pay for your own defense fund, that's what you should be doing. Shouldn't be asking people to help you, especially when you keep committing crimes, unless you can't pay for it, right? Like, why are you asking people to pay for it if you can pay for it yourself? That's a little sketchy, no? You know? I couldn't, you know, listen, I had a email hacked years ago. They took it over, and I couldn't get it back. It was Yahoo, and like, I don't know what they did to get into it, but they got into it somehow, and it was a long password too. Like, I don't know how they did it, but they did it. And I never got that email back, and I had some like important stuff in there too, but I am too. But rewatching that was priceless. Hey, Becca. It definitely is. It has to be. Why so much damage control if that BLT account has nothing to do with him? It doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It has to be someone that he knows, or him himself, you know? Oh no, he won't confirm or deny it's him, because his theory on everything, including like the audio, is if he just ignores it, eventually it'll die down and go away. So if he doesn't address it, it'll eventually just die down and go away. That's what he's hoping happens with the fundraiser money that he won't talk about from the fundraiser, where he's supposed to donate 50% of it to Karen. That's why he hasn't talked about that, because he's hoping that it just dies down and goes away, right? Well, unfortunately for him, a lot of us are not going to let that happen. We're not going to let it die down and go away until he fucking answers in the way that he demands other people answer for things that they didn't do. Right? So he demands that we put receipts out of things that we never did, or show proof of something that we never did because he said we did it. And that's how he screws people over, is by being like, well, if you didn't do it, show proof. And it's like, how do you show proof of a negative? Can't show proof of something I didn't do, bro, right? That you made up. But that's how he screws people over. So it's like, okay, Aiden, you want to play that game? Cool. We have the proof that this money went into your account. So where's the proof that you gave it to Karen? We have proof this account is you. Why not just say it was you? It's the point that if he would just say it was him and admit to it, that would be like the end of it. It'd be like, okay, cool. He finally took accountability. But he cannot do that. Narcissists do not have the capacity to actually fucking do it and mean it. Even if he did come out and be like, oh yeah, it was mine. Who cares? Nobody cares. Because that would be the narrative. He'd be like, nobody cares if it was me or not. It's who even cares? Like, that's anytime he's caught doing something, it's either personal, private, who cares? Like, but if it was someone else that was doing this shit, he would be blogging about them daily, calling them a piece of human garbage. I really want, if you guys are on X, I would love to trend hashtag TB King Ratchet. Because that man is the King Ratchet. Yeah, he's talking shit to Nan. For what reason? She did nothing but help you. What exactly did Nan ever do to Aiden? Nothing. That's the answer. Nothing. You know? You know what I mean? I mean, yes and no. I could see where they would come up with that, but at the same time, like, the DMs are going to sink it, you know? It is going to sink it. Spaces is, it's on X. You can listen to it. It's not like you can't watch it. Like, it's not people's faces. It's just voices. But it's definitely cool to be able to do spaces with a bunch of different people. It's kind of fun. It is a beautiful thing, Kathy. I 100% agree with you, my friend. I do. You know, I feel like the dumb ones can't be helped at this point, but I also do feel deep down inside that everyone at some point is going to have to face reality. Like, this is the man that you supported for so long, and I know that it's a hard pill to swallow, to realize that, like, you spent your hard-earned money on someone who didn't give a fuck about anyone else but himself, and that he's a fraud. But, like, the faster you come to terms with it, the faster you can get yourself out of that fucking cult. And I'm not kidding when I say cult. I was never kidding when I said cult. Never. I was never joking when I called it a cult. I was dead serious, and I meant it. And now people are actually admitting, like, we were right, you know? That's true. They did believe it was AI, even though it makes no sense. Like, hello, Karen, like, they're still trying to say that that text message from Karen Reed isn't from Karen Reed. It is. It is. That is an actual text from Karen. But they're still trying to say that that's fake. I mean, come on. Yeah, there's like 17 boots on his neck, figuratively speaking, that are not coming off anytime soon. I'll tell you that much. And I'll tell you, it's definitely a load off, considering that, you know, I've been one of very few for a long time, sort of trying to tell people, like, stay away from him. If you want your fucking sanity, you want your family attacked and your livelihood, like, stay the fuck away from someone who could give a fuck less about you or your family. Like, if you reached out to him personally and you had some crisis, do you think he would try to help you? The answer is no. I can tell you about 15 people just in this chat alone, besides myself, that would try to help you. You know what I mean? Even we may not have a lot ourselves, but we would try to help in any way that we could. And that's the part that gets me, is Aiden doesn't care about anybody but himself. He's a very selfish human, which goes with narcissistic traits. They often are very selfish and also very insecure, you know? You know, for me, it's like, who the fuck is he calling 5150? He's crazier than some of the inmates I had at the prison. Okay. And again, let's repeat that I worked at a prison for the criminally insane, right? Mental health prison that we have here in Massachusetts. A lot of states don't have, like, mental health prisons. We do. And we only have one for men. We don't have them for women. But he is kookier than some of the people who were, like, in their cells, delusional, talking to a sock on a hand. And I'm not kidding. I had a guy that would put a blanket over his head and put a sock on his hand and talk to it. Like, people who, like, refuse medications to the point where we had to get court orders to give them medications, who are so delusional that, like, but even they had moments of clarity where if you sat there and talked to them about something that they enjoyed or they liked, that they would sort of snap back into reality almost if they were completely normal, right? And even those people are less fucking insane than the shit that I see him doing over and over and over, and he never learns. People are like, he can't be that stupid. He's already been caught doing that. Why would he do it again? Because he's been doing the same things over and over for 10 years and being caught over and over for 10 years, and he still does them, you know? You are 100% right, YBE, they will. You could write a paragraph explaining it, and they would just slur you and say you're crazy. You know? Let me ask you guys something. Somebody recently brought up an idea of Nan herself doing a spaces and talking about some of the things that, like, you know, she wanted to talk about, like, about any and all of this, you know, any parts of it she wanted to talk about, or any parts that she didn't. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it would be a good idea? Do you think it'd be a bad idea? Like, I just want a little feedback here. Girl, if I had that answer, I would give you the exact fucking date and time. I wish I had it, my friend. Hopefully they revoke his bail, you know? Yes, it does. Sounds like a towel talking to a towel. Give me some feedback on what do you think about maybe Nan doing a spaces. I think it's a good idea. I think it would be a cool idea. I think it's a good idea anytime someone wants to talk about whatever they want to talk about, you know, like, obviously there could be things they don't want to talk about. There's going to be, like, things they do talk about. But I always think talking about it and people either hearing my voice or seeing me puts a more personal understanding on it than just typing it out on X, because people can hear my voice. They can see my, you know, my happiness or my sadness or my sincerity or my sarcasticness, like whatever emotion I'm showing, people can see or hear it versus me typing it, right? You can't hear context in a text. You can't hear tone in a text. I think it's more personal to be able to explain it to people via doing it on YouTube where they can see your face, or on spaces where they can hear your voice, because they can hear how you feel about it, right? And I think you can give so much more context by speaking about it than you can just tweeting, you know, little things here and there. I think it's a good idea, you know? People are evil. It's fucking weird, okay? Like, why? Like, why? Like, why? It is classic narcissistic behavior. I 100% agree. Listen, I'm with you, my friend. I'm with you. I'm freaking with you. You know, I would love for them to just there's a multitude of things they can charge him with. I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know. Like, obviously they have to have some sort of strategy here. But it's like, when someone has done nothing to you, and I experienced this myself, I didn't do anything to Aiden. What I did was I didn't lie for him. It was that simple. I didn't lie for him, and he got caught cheating on his wife and 3 other women. That's not my fault. It wasn't my behavior. It's his fault. It's his behavior. But because I didn't lie for him, I didn't know I was supposed to, by the way. And also, he kind of got like revealed on accident. It wasn't even on purpose. So, but because that happened, I was public enemy number 1. It didn't matter what he said about me. Everybody just believed it. And then over time, people little by little got to know me and were like, wait a second, hold on. She's not evil. She's not crazy. She's not bad. Like, what the fuck? This is not what he claimed. Right. And it's like, it's only then when people start to realize that, like, if he could blatantly lie so much about someone they care about or someone they know, then how much more is he lying about? And that's when people start to question it. It's when they're like, all right, I know this person that he's now attacking, and none of what he's saying is true or makes sense. And then they go, wait a second, if he could lie about that, like, and then you find out that most of the time that he's lying about someone, it's because he's hiding his own shit. What the hell? Yeah, I did see it. Somebody's alarm is going off outside my house. You guys hear that? Hey, neighbor, your alarm's going off. No, but I see a lot of the stuff, I see a lot of the stuff, I don't know if it's something new that she has to say or something. I just saw the idea being floated around. I don't know if it's necessarily new or just like her story, right? Like of all of it. It might be new to all of us for all we know, but well, I think I'll put this out there, right? I think that you guys have to remember that people, I'll say this, after that scenario, after that situation with Donna, I think that was sort of a coming to moment for her, where she realized like something was very wrong. And I will say that if people pop into my chat, it's not because I haven't talked to them, right? Like, so make no mistake that I think she understands what's going on now, right? And I give plenty of grace because in the first 3 months of covering the case, like, I didn't know anything about Aiden. I didn't really know about any of the shit he had done in the past. Like, all I knew is he was covering the same case I was, whatever, right? So I didn't know the kind of person that he was until he started being the kind of person that he is, right? And so I could see how people get sucked into the cult in ways. And sometimes it takes something like what happened with Donna and me to wake someone up to be like, whoa, hold on. This person was using me now. Like, and so it's like, people don't know they're in a cult until you're out of it, right? Like, legit. And very intelligent, smart people can get sucked into this shit, bro. I've seen far too many very intelligent, smart people get sucked into like a cult like presence or mob, this sort of mob thinking. And I can tell you that a lot of these people have since then snapped the fuck out of it. And you should definitely always listen with an open mind, because make no mistake, a lot of people have made amends with other people in all of this. And I do, I think, her and Donna having a conversation is a very smart idea. I'm friends with Donna. I talked to Donna this morning. I think they would have a good conversation. Donna's a lot like me. I think that's why me and her get along so well, is we both have a very big heart, and we're both understanding, and we're both very forgiving. And I think it would benefit both of them. But that's not my call, I don't say, right? You don't say, Grant, cray, you don't say. So we played it earlier. It's definitely funny. You can't even pay attention. Yes, that is him behind that account. Confirmed 100% him. So I'm going to play some of the spaces. Yeah, you flushed him down the toilet. Yes, so that's exactly it. Many people were fooled by him, and she's not she's exactly like everyone else, right? Like she was easily fooled by him as well. And I think giving grace where it's due, and that's why people ask me, do I get aggravated with people who said horrible things about me and then come to me later on and apologize? And my answer is always no, because I can understand where people get sucked into it. And I don't want to live with hate in my heart. That's not who I am, right? Like, it's not. And if somebody's big enough to come to me and apologize and say, listen, like, I can admit to you, I was sucked into a cult. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I don't know how the hell we got here, but like, I just want to apologize. Like, for me, like, then it's water under the bridge. That they were big enough to put their big girl or big boy pants on and apologize. Like, to me, that shows great courage, because after doing something shitty, not everyone has the courage to say they were wrong and apologize. Believe me. Believe me. I'm owed far more apologies than I will ever get. But there have been a lot, and some of you would be surprised at the people who have apologized to me from Free Here and Read's side. You would be shocked at the amount and how many and who of those people have apologized to me. And for me, it's water under the bridge. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, if anything with my daughter's disease taught me anything, it's that life is very short and it's fleeting and only for a moment. And I don't want to live hating people for no real reason other than they believed Aiden Kearney and sort of jumped on his bandwagon. Once they realize that he's a fraud and it is a bandwagon, I give them the grace that they deserve, because anyone could have fallen into that. Anyone, you know, some of us did in the beginning. And so I need to give them the same grace that I would have wanted people to give me, you know? And I know my brain doesn't operate the same way as everyone else's, but that's just how I am as a person, you know? Oh, I love that. I love that she decided to do a spaces. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. That's great. Well, it's just nonsensical crap. It's like they don't have anything to say that's like real. And it's the same stuff they did to me, you know? Same shit with attacking like Brian from LTL. Like, what the hell? Like, or Mike, like, you know what I mean? I don't know any of these people being mentioned. Life has passed me by once again. I like eggs. I like eggs. I like egg whites, actually. Egg whites are my favorite. And bacon. Who doesn't like bacon? Freaking love bacon. Yeah, well, Jimmy also has harassed her into oblivion, and so has Crazy Barry. I don't know why anybody gives any of these people the time of day. Like, I mean, or takes any of those people seriously on anything that they say, like, at all, period. It's kind of a little bonkers to me, you know? TV thought he was going to get rid of JFK, LTL, and Mike. Well, and Sean, yeah, like he did to Sean. Well, that's the thing, right? Like, he loves to like ruin people's lives and livelihood. He thought because he's done it to me and Sean and other people that he could, you know, get away with it, you know? Ridiculous. Oh, hold on a second, guys. Real quick. I love that for her. I love it. My stupid email is not like loading. What is happening, email? So basically, I'm just checking messages because I have a couple messages that were coming in on my stuff. And so we also have to remember that like Meredith's a witness to a lot of these things that he's done, right? And Nan is too, because she was there during the time where he was standing outside of Chris Albert's pizza shop, right? And I believe that she had her phone on, like a video. So she's a witness in that witness intimidation charge. So she would have to like authenticate her own video if the cops have that. So it's apparently the best audio. I think she said in a comment yesterday on X, she has the best audio of the entire event. So it's like, why would you attack someone who is a witness against you? Make it make sense. Make it make fucking sense. You know, Like, make that make any kind of goddamn sense. It just doesn't. He's so ridiculous. Like, why attack someone who could be a witness against you? That's another witness intimidation charge, number one. Number two, like, there was no reason. There's no reason to attack most of these people. None at all. For what? They supported you. They helped you. And what did you give them? You know? A slap in the face? Like, come on, man. Aw, Grave. I see a $200 donation from Grave, and it says, from microdermabrasion. I've actually never had a microdermabrasion, and my skin doctor says that I need, like, you know, they need to, like, do, like, resurface basically, like, my skin because of the psoriasis, that I should have it done every so often, and insurance doesn't fucking cover all that. So thank you, Grave. I appreciate that very much, my friend. And then I see one other one here from Jackie. Thank you, Jackie. She sends $20 for a heart. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate it very, very much. Barry is a guy who has no goddamn sense in his head. And I think it's Lothario official, but there's a fake one too. So you got to be careful, because even the fake one has like a check mark. So, like, you know, sock accounts, that's what these people do. Fake accounts, sock accounts, you know? I mean, that would be an interesting space, I think, except, like, I don't think you could put Grant on there. I honestly don't. I think that would just be a clusterfuck. You know what I mean? Like, Allie, yes, exactly. It is like a bunch of mean kids in a playground. That's exactly what it is. You know? Literally. But I'm glad that a lot of people are. I'm glad more people are speaking up. You know? Yeah, I guess he has like some cyber stalking already charges from a couple of years ago, it looks like. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is he needed to remain drama-free, and Emily C knew damn fucking well he wasn't remaining drama-free. Come on, stop it. So these ridiculous, like, oh, let's give him a drama-free chip on X. Like, come on, stop it, dude. Stop. He's not drama-free. He'll never be drama-free. He's never been drama-free. Like, come on. Okay, Law Nerd has it for you. Not the one with the Muppet. Okay. Yeah, so that's the thing, is people have sock accounts and fake accounts that are making fun of them. And, like, I mean, I have a million of them made of me too, so it's like not a shocker. That's why I tell you guys, like, if mine right now says Twisted Tragedies Koala, and it's at Twisted Tragedy 3, not Twisted Tragedies 3, Twisted Tragedy 3. But any other at is not me. I have one account. It's at Twisted Tragedy 3, and then the name will show up as Twisted Tragedies Koala. But what will happen is they'll copy the top of your name and the at. The only difference you'll be able to tell is the little at sign and that part of it. So you have to know the person's like at to know which one is real and which one isn't. I remember when one of my fake accounts, I put up a post saying, like, this account is fake. It's pretending to be me. It's not me. And then what did the fake account do? It posted the same thing and said, this account is fake. It's pretending to be me, about my real account. So it's like, this is the shit that they're willing to do to just be fucking idiotic idiots. It just makes no sense, you know? I love that she's putting the receipts out, because it kind of just validates everything a lot of us have been saying for a really long time. The only thing that I wish that was different was I wish that people had listened before, you know? Yeah, that was the incident. That was the one, Grave, where the glare was there. That was the same one. Yep, that was the same one. No sense at all. Zero sense. 0 cents. He has no sense at all. Better, I don't know what he's doing, you know? He jumps on the bandwagon too, and it's like, dude, be a better judge of character, you know? Like, be a fucking better judge of character for people. Like, some of these people are just absolutely fucking bonkers. And it's like, I don't understand why they do the shit they do. I really don't. It just makes no sense. The troll account of Nan commented under my post. The real Jess Machado commented under my post. The real Jen Altman commented under my post. Thank you all for promoting my page again. I don't make anything off my ex account because I have like less than 1,000 followers on there. I don't really pay much attention to that. Yeah, see, I have never had one, but the doctors say for my psoriasis that it will help like resurface my skin. And I have like a lot of rosacea in my skin, and it's very, very, very dry. And I have psoriasis, so it's like, you know, itchy and scaly, and it's obnoxious. So it would be nice to actually be able to have my skin more healthy and more hydrated because of the psoriasis and the rosacea. That's for sure. And I've never had one, so but it will be nice to be able to do it. You know. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll find a place in my area that does it for, you know, probably not much more than that. There's got to be. There has to be. There has to be. Yeah, no Grant. I would have put Grant in that. Unless you want to hear the word towel every 5 minutes and nonsensical conspiracy theories that literally have no common sense in them whatsoever. You know, Bettero, you know, putting all of his, first of all, you guys have to remember that he made that like, oh, Twitter is not real life thing, right? Remember? Like, Twitter is not real life. Like, okay, Twitter is not real life. Like, so why are you posting any chance you get about your, you know, what's going on with your client? Like, that's weird to me. If you don't want to be taken serious and Twitter's not real and everyone's a, you know, keyboard warrior, then what the hell are you? You know what I mean? It's weird. What? Look up the day the lawyer died. It's not this Friday at all. I think what was meant was that the funeral or wake or whatever was supposed to be this weekend. But again, that should be able to be confirmed by, like, you know, it should be in the paper. You know what I mean? Like, the guy's name would pop up in a paper on what day it would be happening. So, you know, yeah, pretty much back and forth. Bettero is betteroing. That's probably true, right? You know, I felt honored when Jen Altman came after me. I'm not anybody. I'm behind because James Jackson did a quick show. Australia is 16 hours ahead. Yeah, they're in there's a big time difference in Australia, so it's hard to get Chris on. Like, if I was going to do something now, you know. I know. I wish people had listened, because so many people would have just been, you know, saved from like the nonsense and like the deep dark place that it puts you in when all these people are wrongly attacking you just because Aiden said so. I wish people would listen, because so many people could have been saved that aggravation and that just like feeling, you know, like it could have. Benny, someone called into Grant's Live anonymously and he was certain it was you and was talking to them as if they were you. It was so obvious it's not your voice. Oh my, shut the fuck up, bro. That is crazy. Here's the funny part. If Benny did call and he would just say, hey, it's me, it's Benny. Like, Bettero has a client who guarantees job security until he gets him. Well, that's my opinion, law nerd, is that any self-respecting attorney would have bowed out by now, right? Because now what you're doing is you're risking your law license for someone who will destroy your career. They don't care. He doesn't care how many people he hurts or what careers he ruins. He does not give a shit. He absolutely 100% will do it. If he has to throw you under the bus and thinks he'll get away with it by throwing his attorneys under the bus, even later on, by saying they were unethical or they did illegal shit during his case so that he could try to appeal, that's exactly what he'll do. I don't know why they think that he would do otherwise, you know? Yeah, he just needs some serious help, for sure. For sure. For sure. Crazy has me blocked. Probably. He does. Yeah, I agree. Is that, oh, it's at home? After you get one done. Oh, I have to look into that now that you said that. I know. I don't know where that was. Julie was telling me yesterday, yesterday she was telling me about it, and I was like, that's delusional. He would have said it was him. Like, I told her, please don't stop stalking me as a response, right? No, let's not stalk anybody. Can't believe the cult are towels now. That's just bonkers to me. You know, a lot of people are embarrassed. I feel like I'm embarrassed as well, but I feel like, you know, a lot of people tried to help him though. You know, they tried to help him. Saturday, okay. Get a Mr. Bottle and do 1 part clay. Sarin and 5 parts distilled water. Mist skin throughout the day. Ooh, thank you. I'm gonna write that down. Glycerin. 1 part glycerin. When I say my skin is like dry, I mean like beyond dry, because of the psoriasis. It's so dry. And like my blackhead need to go, and like it's a whole shit show, my skin, because of the psoriasis. And again, I didn't have this. This is the inflammation in my body that's causing a lot of these issues. unfortunately, like all the chronic pain that I have. And on top of like the fibromyalgia and arthritis, now I have all this inflammation that's messing with like my gallbladder and my organs. And then I already have the inflammation in the walls of my heart. So it's like a whole shit show. But I appreciate that. I wrote it down so that I don't forget, because I will forget if I don't write it down. I'm old school like that. I have to write things down, you know? If you have to make a post on Twitter, okay, let me know how that goes. But that's the sad part. It makes me so sad. Why not just be audit? Why? Why can't you just be you? Why can't you just be yourself? Why can't you just be? Beach said it's Saturday. She looked. Like, why can't you just be you? Why do you have to lie to your audience? Why can't you just be honest? I don't fucking get it. Why? If you were honest with them, they would understand. I don't get it. Like, this is why I like overshare. I feel like I overshare for a multitude of reasons. Part of it is my PTSD, where I almost feel like I have to overshare for people to understand me, right? And I overshare because I want people to understand like where I'm coming from, if that makes sense. So that like, there's no secrets here, right? Like, I've made it through hell, walked through the depths of it, and came out the other side. Life's not always going to be rainbows and unicorns and sparkly dust coming out of your ass. Sometimes life is fucking hard and you need to get a goddamn helmet to get through it. But like, you know, like it's literally, I kid you not, like a football helmet, like you're like literally going through, you know, linebackers. Like that's how hard life can be sometimes, right? And it's like, fuck. Sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's not. And it's like, no matter what you do, lying to your audience, using people, conning people, like doing the shit Aiden does, that's bad karma. You're putting bad karma into the world. And I'm a big person that believes in the universe will course correct itself. It might not be right away. It could take 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 hours. But eventually, the universe is going to course correct. So if you put bad karma in this world, you're going to get bad karma back. If you put good karma in this world, you're going to get good karma back. I try to put as much good karma in this world as I can. I'm as honest with you guys about everything as I can be. You know, I don't give out like safety information, like personal wise, because it's a safety issue. I've learned a lot over being a creator, and there are some really unhinged people that will do some really insane shit just by believing someone like Aiden. So, you know, you have to be careful when it comes to safety. But other than that, like I give you guys all of me, and Julie can confirm, she's my friend in real life, like what you guys get of me is who I am in real life. Like this is me every day in real life, right? I might have a few more swears in real life, and I might be a little more sarcastic in real life and crack a few more jokes, but you guys get me as I am, right? I don't need to change myself for my audience. I want my audience to like me for me, not for a fake persona on the internet. I want them to like me as a person. And not everybody's going to, right? You're never going to please everyone. There's going to be people who like you and people who don't. But I don't want to give them someone fake. I don't want to give them, oh, I need to rile up drama to cause more people to send more super chats. Like, I just don't believe in that. I believe that if people, you know, appreciate your work and they enjoy your content, then like they will donate as they see fit. I don't see the necessity in pushing conspiracies and things they know not to be true to create drama, to create like rage bait, essentially. Rage bait, have people rage watching and rage donating. Like, it's just not how I operate. I'm not that kind of person. And I'm not going to change for YouTube to be that kind of person to make a few more dollars. Like, I built my channel brick by brick, and I'll continue, even if it takes 10 years to get where I need to go. Like, I will continue to build it one piece at a time, just being me, you know? I feel like he must not like him to have all those troll accounts trolling his own attorney sometimes, you know? See? And that's why Aiden is so paranoid that everyone is an alt account, because he has so many himself, you know? And I love when people like say, oh, that must be me on a sock account, because it's like, dude, I have one account. I have my own account. I have no sock accounts. I don't need to say. If I say something, most of you know who know me, right? I will say it with my fucking chest. From my own account, from my own channel, I will say that shit with my chest, because I have no problem with it. I'll say it to you in real life. I'll say it to you here on the screen. I don't give an actual tell you on the phone. I don't give a fuck, right? Like, that's the difference. I will say that shit, and I want you to know I'm saying it. I don't want to say it from a fake account. I don't need a fake account for that. I want you to know I'm the one saying it, that it's coming from me. And that's the difference, is I don't have fake accounts because I don't need them, right? I'm a content creator. So what would the purpose be for me to have a fake account? There's no purpose. There's no purpose for me. If there was a purpose, like say blocking on X was the same and I needed to like have a fake account to see some people's things that I was blocked from. Okay, maybe then I'd have one. But that's not how it works on X. You can still see it when you're blocked. So I don't need one. There's no reason for me to have one. So I have one account. So when people accuse me of being like this sock account or that sock account, I just laugh. It's just funny to me at this point. I'm just like, what? Like what? No, that's ridiculous. Like that's not a thing. Hold on a second. Why is my phone doing that? Like, what are you doing, phone? Weird. All right, let's see. Let's listen to some of this. You guys are clearly not the same person. They love to do that though, you know? Yeah, I hate it. It's so in my eyelashes, I literally get like psoriasis like in my eyelashes. Like I kid you not. In my eyebrows, in my eyelashes, you know? I'm definitely gonna try it, that's for sure. Jay Brilliant. Oh, yeah, yeah. See, they just like come up with so beach has only ever been beach, you know? Literally. Oh yeah, we're all Kate. Or we all work for Kate according to the towel. We all work for Kate. You know? And that's the other thing is Aiden will frame people with fake accounts. He loves doing that. That's one of his like famous things to do is frame people for fake accounts by using fake accounts, you know? A lot of people have never changed it. Beach has always been Beach. Nance, you know, always since she's been in my chat has always been Beach Nance, you know? I'm just me, and not everyone's gonna love me, you know? Yeah, see that? Yeah, you don't have to. It's none of their goddamn business. Why? So they can send him unhinged messages? You know, that's crazy. Hey, Standing. Oh, I used to live near the beach too a long time ago. All right, let's listen to some of the spaces. I think you guys will find it interesting for those
Do her.
who have it.
It's
Give me
absolutely
1 second. I gotta grab
freakish.
something.
He's not normal. He's not well.
No. Mm-mm. Same thing he's doing to Karen. Like he cannot take rejection at all. He just lashes out in these wild ways. And, you know, these women try to quietly walk away from him. Well, that's not allowed because that's not on his terms, I guess. I don't get it. I've never seen anything like it.
It's freakish. It's not normal. This is not normal, people. He was tagging her job relentlessly.
Yep. That has to be a crime. Surely, I mean,
It's
Massachusetts
harassment.
It has to be. Like, wonder if State Street has cause against him for something like that, since it's absolutely now proven he's the one who did it, beyond a shadow of a doubt. I mean, he can't talk his way out of this. I saw his simps trying, you know, people saying, "Oh, it's spoofed, you idiots," and like, come on now. But they'll say anything, absolutely anything. I thought it was going to be spoofed
he
or
paid
hacked.
for a membership.
Yeah, well, that was the second one. The previous Meredith 5150 account that he had, he did the same thing. It was also verified. I was paying for it, and then I guess we all mass reported that one to the point that it got shut down. And as soon as that one went away, he renamed this one. This was an account that he'd had since 2024. So he renamed this one State Street Mayor or something like that, and threw up her pictures again and got verified to get his blue check mark, I guess, so he could make long posts. I'm not sure. He's psychotic, absolutely psychotic.
How embarrassing. That's so fucking humiliating. Like,
Gotta be embarrassing for him.
On about how,
you know,
your girlfriend's crazy, your ex-girlfriend's crazy, she's a psychopath.
Everyone's crazy,
and this is the shit you're doing. Like he's literally like harassing her from that account, and like,
but that's what he does from
that account.
Other accounts too.
Fucking day. I think there was like one point the account was tweeting like, well, I guess the one that was suspended before this one, it was like tweeting every 10 to 15 minutes.
Oops.
Yep.
Because I told Meredith, I said, dude, this account is literally tweeting every 10 to 15 minutes. I went and I watched, and they were just constantly tweeting about her.
He uses other accounts too,
He's
though.
fucking nuts.
And picking up his drama-free coins from that moron Emily. Like, I mean, we all knew it was bullshit, and we all knew that he's always had his alt accounts and sock accounts, and, you know, going around causing trouble for everybody because drama free is not anything that will ever happen for him. He's just full-fledged trash.
August.
He's filth, scum of the earth, and he's never going to be able to change, ever. It was laughable how many people he had going along with it. Wonder if his good buddy Melanie Little will have anything to say about this. She won't. She'll probably say
none of them will say anything. You know,
the truth will always come out, and I've said that for a while.
But that's fine.
I will be vindicated one day.
No, everybody knows now that this is who he is, and they can try to excuse it, but this is who he is. Anybody with a functioning brain can think for themselves, know that he's a piece of shit. He needs to be taken off the streets.
Also, welcome,
he is
Gabby.
literally the definition of a menace to society.
Yep.
And how does he keep the online? Somebody, I can't remember who it was, posted earlier, at the very least, he should have his online privileges taken away. That happened to somebody up there, Steve Cody or something. That man didn't do a fraction of what Aiden Carney has done. As far as I know, I mean, he just sucked at it more. I mean, Aiden sucks at it. He gets busted all the damn time. But I guess that dude sucked at it a little bit more, and so he got busted more quickly. And it's a legit court order the man has. But I think he's back in jail anyways.
He is in jail.
It's crazy. It's like, why does he keep, like, he goes on about like how smart Meredith is. She's so smart. She's so smart. Do you honestly think that this woman is going to continue to take this shit from these people?
So that's the thing.
Oh, that was another thing I saw. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, and Chris is not going to take this shit either. Like, he's sick of this shit, and he's sick of him coming after people.
Yep.
It's just not right. And then they like want to get mad. Why does somebody in Australia care? It's like, oh, it goes from the world is watching to you don't want the world watching you.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. The world can watch. They just can't have a strong opinion about the fuckery.
Yeah.
Let's welcome our new
crazy. Good for Meredith though. I'm glad that they found out that it was him, which everybody had an inkling of. It was probably him or Jimmy. I would like to know who was tweeting from the account while he was on Jess's show.
It's gotta be someone, or he got
surely now that they have control of the account and the authorities are checking into it. I have to believe that they can toggle over there to the delegate tab and see exactly who it was delegated to. It could be more than one person.
Could be.
Dude, and it's like you put your freaking credit card on here, like you're paying for this shit.
It's been a crazy week.
Like, oh my gosh, like how chronically online can you fucking be?
24/7.
They make fun of us. That's what's so funny. Is
he doesn't sleep.
They make fun of us for going at things hard like we do, but meanwhile we work, we take care, we do all that. We pop in and out. We just do what we do. And these people are seriously the sick ones, not only here 24/7, but under multiple different names, causing all kind of drama for people, unneeded bullshit. They're so sick. And we're the crazy ones because everybody tries to expose them. They can't.
And you know what's so funny is every time that you do a space, Babs, the next morning when I wake up and I I'm drinking my coffee or whatever or my tea and I'm reading, I'm like, oh my God, Babs really pisses some people off when she does a space. And it's so funny because it's like y'all are so mad that people just don't like this man and disagree with you guys. Like, why are you guys so bothered by that? Like, we're just private citizens with an opinion. There's many people who just want to talk about this shit that y'all try to avoid talking about.
That's wild. Just it's so funny. And then these stalkers, I don't mean that in the legal sense, but I laugh and call them that on X because they'll come into our spaces comments and just say all this stuff. And when we argue back, we're just, maintaining our position. They will, you guys are bullies, but I laugh.
With this latest revelation, I'm just wondering, with this
reach out to me to get things to stop.
He can't, like, for real. I know we keep saying psycho and all that, but hell, there is a good possibility there's a legit illness attached to all of this.
She's very cool. I talk to Babs all the time.
Maybe the next excuse, they're making fun of my medical condition or something. You never can tell what that asshole's gonna say. He'll shit some diagnosis on paper and say, "Yep, they're right. I'm getting help." What would serve him best is to go into fucking rehab.
Yep.
Do like actual celebrities do, and when they are making absolute fools of themselves and enter into rehab and try to fix themselves. At least
he needs to be in a straitjacket in a fucking padded room.
Yep, that's what he needs. I don't know why the glare is not telling him how shitty his PR is. You know, he had a lot to say about Karen's PR, but yeah, can't imagine why she didn't take advice from his thug ass. But you know, he's just the smartest guy in the room with all the best content.
I showed the video earlier of
really
at the beginning
teaching his bro about PR, but
of what Chris posted.
Sorry, he really
Is Meredith here?
I don't see her. Let me.
Oh, I can't see. I thought maybe she was a speaker. I see her, but I didn't know if she was a speaker.
Oh, I see. I don't even see her.
Do you want to make me a co-host?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I did. Let me do that right now.
Okay.
It should be popped over.
Right before this.
Yeah, because I'm not even seeing any requests. So. Oh,
yeah,
now I do. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys.
Interpol now has this account, Chris says.
Okay, they're here now.
Oh, she
Meredith,
did?
welcome. I'm giving you an applause for putting the bullshit to an end. Fuck around and find out.
I agree with you, Leah.
Amen.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I didn't do it. These are some very helpful anonymous tipsters, and
this is
Meredith.
Meredith.
Done it with Koala, Anthony Sanchez, and yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. Sorry, I'm a mess right now. I've been talking to a lawyer all night and just gathering everything before this account probably is going to get shut down. It seems like they're saying whoever is in control of it now, but yeah, it's just, I had a feeling he was behind at least one or more of these accounts, and it's just really upsetting that these were the two
his phone number
ones that were
is over here,
tagging my work, encouraging others to go after my
on
work.
The right.
And in the background, he was still trying to reach out to me to get things to stop, like through Jason and others, and it was all disingenuous. He was doing this behind the scenes since December. The first account was started.
Exactly, Dark Side.
That one was really bad. It got suspended a few days ago. I think it was January 15th. It got suspended, and already January 17th, this new account was up and running, tagging my work again today.
The money.
Had a lot of
That's why.
nasty things to say about other people. Nan, I forget who else it went after. I honestly haven't even had time to go through all the posts, but yeah, just like the
bingo standing bingo.
If all of these people and Emily C and everybody still is calling him drama free after this, I don't know there's no hope for any of them at this point. This is what he
You've
likes
been dealing
to do.
with it for 7 years.
Pretend like he's not doing anything. He's the
Leah
victim.
has been dealing with
Jimmy
it.
or others or on his burners to do it. And this is just like, I don't know, this is just the last straw. Hopefully
it is true.
Some people wake up now.
Do you have legal recourse with this? And does potentially your employer also? Because he really's been harassing both of you.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be speaking with legal at my work tomorrow, and also my other lawyer that I've now hired to deal with this, just because it's affecting my real life, and he's never going to stop. He's probably just going to make a new account tomorrow and keep going. And he needs to be permanently banned from Twitter at this point.
He needs to be permanently banned from the internet.
At the fundraiser, the fundraiser the other night with all of the stuff that was going on. If anybody has that fundraiser chat, we need to see how much of that was him.
Oh, like the different alts, you mean? Yeah, I don't doubt that he had plenty of his like Ozone people who would go in and spam it at his direction, but yeah, I don't know. I saw some people earlier denying like the account was him, saying it was forged, but I wasn't even paying attention to the phone numbers they were saying. I was looking at the IP address for the account creation, and I had gone back in the fall in October when like the accusations of hacking, like the A. Timothy Carney Facebook account were coming up. Jason Broyles had told me to like go on my activity history, go through the IP addresses, and like he would see that none of them are like the same for the time of the fall anyways. But I had scrolled all the way back to July, like the last time I was at his house, and
I remember the 4-page letter.
Luckily handy, because I tried to go on Facebook today and it only goes through September for me now, but I had a
So yeah, the 4-page letter that he wrote Leah with his backpack was like, you're not gonna let me move in with you. He wanted to like move in with her. But I mean, you know, this is the kind of shit Like he did. Like he called TPS. She doesn't even have kids. It was because of her fiance had a kid. Like he made that revenge porn Twitter account of her, and then said that she made it of herself. Same thing he did to Lindsay. Wouldn't doubt if he did the same thing to Meredith. Like it again, these are all the same things that he has done over and over. But Leah's been dealing with this for 7 years. He still can't stop saying her fucking name. You know, all because she was like, no, you're not moving in with me, fucking weirdo. Like, no, that's not happening. Like, no, every day it would be another post. And he still, after 7 years, cannot stop talking about Leah. Still cannot stop talking about her. I mean, that's fucking sad. I forgot about the 4-page Don't Leave Me love letter until you just said that. And then in my head, I admit, no, LG, actually, LG, the original LG is Leah. Back, if you watch videos from like years ago from him, when he says LG, he doesn't mean Lindsay. He didn't know her then. He means Leah. She's like the OG LG, I guess, if you want to put it, because he used the same, because their initials are the same. So he uses that moniker of LG. But he is a very sick human. This is stuff that he's been doing for 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, this is like stuff that Leah had already told everyone. No one listened, you know? No one listened. Like, and I'm sure she feels pretty vindicated right now, too. I would if I was fucking her after 7 years. Absolutely. You know? Oh, way brutal. Way brutal. Way brutal. She lives like, she had to move states and states away to get away from him. She still has to deal with this bullshit. She still gets random people that message her and try to like troll her. And like, still to this day, 7 fucking years, bro. 7 goddamn years. That is bonkers. That is bonkers. Like, absolutely fucking bonkers. I would, to be fair, like if I had the means and money to move out of this state, I would probably move to the Carolinas. But I always said I would never do it unless I moved near someone I knew, or someone I knew was moving down there and I would go to. Like, because then at this age, you have to start all over. No, you wouldn't know anybody. You wouldn't have any loved ones. Not that I have a lot of family. I don't have, most of my family's dead. So, but I mean, to not even have a friend where you're going to live, like that would suck. That would suck. But I hate being in the same state with him. Quit. I hate it. Massachusetts should be ashamed of him. You know? You probably didn't miss it. It's probably that you just weren't around at that time. You know, it's been 7 years, you know? Yeah, first she moved to New Hampshire, then she moved south. Like, oh God, that's, you know, if I could answer that question, Dark, the answer is because Massachusetts are a bunch of pussy, scaredy cat, fraidy cats, and they don't want to have to deal with the backlash of him and his idiotic minions. And so in a scenario where I would be put in jail, or you would be put in jail, or someone else would already be locked up by now, they choose to do nothing and wait because, well, you know, they're too afraid that whoever arrests him is, you know, or whatever prosecutor has it, or whatever judge he has to deal with, life is going to be attacked.
Screenshot of the IP address from July, last time I was at his house. And lo and behold, it matches the IP address for this account, the Mare 51, or no, the State Street Mare one. Yeah. So that was like enough confirmation.
And it wasn't illegal then.
Seeing some of the other stuff, but then now I see that the account, whoever's behind the account now, they went in and confirmed the billing information was Aiden's. So he not only is he out, who's paying money,
he couldn't do anything
to have this fake account.
Yep, you're in.
Meredith, hi. If I may say a quick word, it's Carol. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Hi, girl. With this latest revelation, I'm just wondering.
She had to.
Get the fuck away from it. You could file any sort of legal charges, and bring him up on, whether it's in person, stalking, any of this, because that's what we need to get done. I mean, I'm just saying, if those 2 women in New Jersey were able to file
still going on.
their
still happening,
legal things against him for just that minor, or not that it was minor, it was his evilness, but this is a new whole thing. And I would think that my advice, especially where it's been proven and you have the facts, thanks to Koala or
good point, Amber,
whoever else brought this out tonight, like that is something I would personally go right away to the police and be able to file a harassment or what, whatever it's called, stalking online or impersonating a person. I mean, you need to do something.
You know how we roll.
It's time that he goes to jail. I mean, especially with the charges he's are. If he could talk into a window and get, charges for witness intimidation and that, what he's done now, are you kidding me? So that's what I'm just saying, girl. You got to do this. It's time. Bring him down, please. That's just, it's time. I can't take anymore. My heart is broke for you, and all right, I'll stop talking because y'all know I talk a lot, but I'm staying on.
Thank you, Carol.
Well,
I like people speaking up and letting them know. I think that is one thing that really bothers them is they underestimated how much support Meredith was going to have.
Yeah, no, Meredith has got full support. And Meredith, I just want you to know, I did say it on the last night's Spaces. This is such a comfortable home for me now. I am a long gamer, and JFK and everybody in the chat supports you. Maybe there was some comments that he might have said out of not knowing all the facts, but that night, I was there. I said hello to you, and you sent super chat. So you are a long gamer, and we all love you. We support you, and girl, it's time. I mean, it's time. You got to do this for you, your daughter. What you've been put through, I'm all set with that. He needs to go. He needs to go.
That's you using a voice changer? We've all heard your voice. That's so crazy.
Video crying, baby ass bitch. That's where he's going.
Ooh, wood fire.
That's where he's going.
Oh, good wood stove.
All right, I'm still listening, but Meredith, whatever you can do now, you got the facts, you got, all this. You need to take those steps, and we all support you. And there's so much love and so many people that want him to finally get caught with his.
I'm gonna go on Friday night.
I mean, I did say it last night. I'm shocked Karen didn't file charges. So I mean, call Karen. I mean, I know you have some type of contact. I mean, maybe talk to her and get some advice. But you need to do it now. It's the time. All right, I love you, girl. I'm still listening, and I'll let others speak.
Oh, well, thank you very much for that. Yeah, no, I definitely am dealing with the best path forward legally. I'm not going to say much more about that at this point, especially with just all of this stuff flooding in so quickly tonight. But yes, it will be handled legally, and people will hear more about that soon, I'm sure. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate the support.
And everybody needs to know this isn't at Meredith's hand. Like, at none of this. This is all at his hand. He is responsible for everything that he is doing and responsible for the fallout from it. This is a grown-ass man. What is he, like 45? And he's still playing games? Like, these are teenager games. This is, young 20, stuff that you do when you're young. He's far too old, and he's been caught so many times. But the problem is he doesn't really ever have very harsh consequences, even though he's fighting legal battles left and right. But for some reason, there's just still plenty of people willing to pay his legal bills while he claims he's a victim. And I just hope that we're nearing the end of that cycle for him. This is him. He did this.
Yeah, I mean, he's telling everybody to this day he just wants it all to stop. He wants the drama to end. He just wants me to go away. But he's doing all this. He's making it worse. And what's especially frustrating is he's reached out multiple times behind the scenes to try to make deals and do this, and he would do this and that. And every time it's been in bad faith. And this just proves it even more. I knew I had proof of him already continuing with the drama. People have sent me messages he sent to them because no, not everybody likes you, Aiden. They think you're a piece of shit. And
that's the good
he has
one.
A lot of leaks. People have told me things like I've known himself he's doing it, but like this just proves He never
Yeah,
tried to
almost
like
2
calm
feet
things down.
here.
Because like I was quiet for a little bit too, because I genuinely like this is exhausting. I don't want to keep doing this. I don't want to be in constant war. Like I mean,
actually way back in like the early 2000s, so probably 2005, we got stranded in my apartment. And back then I was just turned 18. I had a place by the time I was 17, so I had my own apartment, and I had my friend and her boyfriend over, and we got a blizzard, and it started snowing, and the snow came up over my door, and my mom actually lived like across the street, but like diagonal, and we ran out of like drinks, like something to drink, because we were stuck in the house for 3 days. And so at the time, my boyfriend had to shovel a literal like tunnel almost from my house over to my mother's so we could get soda from my mother, because there was no way you were going anywhere. You weren't getting anywhere at all. We were stuck there for 3 days. I'll never forget that. That was the early 2000s. But we're about to get like 2 feet or more, they're saying, here in Massachusetts. So that's going to be fun. But blizzard parties are still a thing here in Mass. I happen to be, going out for dinner and drinks tomorrow night. And I said this earlier for anybody who wasn't here. I'm more than happy to have any of you join me who are in the area. This is where I wish you were here, Leah. But if you just DM me or send me a message or whatever, I'll let you know where we're going. But I don't go out much. And so I just need that sort of mental reset, a couple drinks, maybe dinner, and maybe some dancing, have a little fun, a couple laughs with friends and whatever. Because I don't get out much. So I just, so much stress lately that I just need that moment. Everybody needs that 5 minutes to themselves, and I'm due for it.
it's like my busy season at work right now. Like I don't have time to deal with this shit. I genuinely want to stop, and he like approached me trying to make it stop, and like he's been doing this with these fake accounts going after my work the whole time. Like I have no sympathy for him. I genuinely did not want him to get in trouble legally for any of this. Like, and that's why I was strategic. The things that I released during all of this were things I knew he was not going to get in trouble legally for, like the fundraising thing. I knew he was not going to get in trouble for that legally. It's just a bad look. Like that's it. And it's, what? It's the truth. Maybe if you hadn't gone on about me and shared all of our messages with Jimmy and others, maybe I wouldn't share that. But you know what? I'm not protecting you for what the scumbag that you truly are. That deserves to be brought to light. I thought like he always talks about, well, what he's doing isn't illegal. It's journalism. But like, so exposing you isn't the same, buddy. It's only bad when other people do it to you. Like just the hypocrisy in all of this. For me responding to his actions, me defending myself, it's nothing I've done comes close to what he's done to me and others.
Never. Mm-mm.
Unfortunately, you slept with the devil. And, it's time to have the exorcism of this man from your life. And the only way to be able to get him out of your life is to, legally have that retribution, because it's gone too far. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it has. And if journalists, like actual journalists out in the world, create dozens of stock accounts to harass people, then that's an even more corrupt profession than I ever dreamt that it was. It's absurd. But it seems
Right.
like
And what
he
really
changes.
I feel is you loved him. That was so obvious to me. I was in the same type of relationship, unfortunately. And you know what, girl? It's time. He is, that's it. It's time. The devil pays, and he's gonna go to hell. And just keep that in mind. Stay strong. We all love you. We all support you. And it's time you take care of you and your daughter. And, God loves you, and the truth will set you free. And that's what you're doing.
Yeah, and it's like it's more so the fact that, contacting people's jobs.
Yeah.
Multiple people doing this to Meredith, and this had all been set up from the go by him, and he wants to act like that he hasn't done anything. It started with Chelsea. Where did she get that information from? Where did she get text messages and videos from. She got it from him. And then he wants to go live and make a video talking about Meredith for what, 14 hours? It's crazy. And then people start calling her job. People call DCF on her. She has to have meetings with these people. Like, this is affecting her real life. This is so far beyond accusing her of sending porn to children. Are we serious? And now you get exposed for being behind these fake accounts harassing her.
It's freak behavior. Absolute psychotic freak behavior. Is that law wifey?
Yes.
You can speak.
Oh, hi. I just wanted to say something quickly to Meredith. I'm sorry, Meredith, we haven't met. I follow you, but I've just been watching in this space, you know, the Karen Reed space. I just wanted to know if maybe you could just speak a little bit about how
that's
the
so
people that
weird.
want
I've
to
heard of
support
YouTube
you,
doing that to
but,
people
you know, we
before,
do-
but it's weird.
A lot of us don't know you personally.
Weird.
And you know, obviously people
I've heard
want to
that before
support
though
you,
from
but
people.
I'm just wondering if you could
It'll
briefly
do that
say
sometimes.
how people can support you without
Ooh,
causing
almond
you more
milk's good.
stress, because I'm not sure if, you know,
I
all
have
of
some
the
shelf stable from there.
chit-chat and
It's
the,
in
you
the
know,
cabinet.
the comments
I bought it
on
from
Twitter
there.
and things like that. I was just wondering if maybe I just wanted to ask if you were
YouTube periodically
interested
does it.
in letting, you know, all of us know
If it
how
thinks your account is
the best
like
way to support you without
fake
causing you
or
more
like
you know,
their
stress and
algorithm,
overwhelm.
like it's
And
just,
thank you for letting me
it's like the
speak.
system.
You're welcome.
And it'll
Yeah, I
unsubscribe
appreciate
people and you have
that.
to keep
I mean, I
subscribing.
feel
It's
like very
obnoxious.
supported with my friends, obviously my family too. They know what's going on. And contrary to what Eden thought, where he thought my family would see this and be so mortified and embarrassed, no, Eden, they know you for the shit.
Dollar Tree is closest to me, so I do go there all the time for stuff like that.
And my friends around, so I have that. But like the support I've seen just on here
Also
from everybody,
DIY stuff I
just
buy
seeing other people
at Dollar Tree that I can make myself.
were thinking about how he was as a person, thinking what he was doing to Karen was wrong, have told me. So many have said they've like just said they were afraid to speak up. They couldn't until they saw me finally stand up to him, and they just realized it was the right thing to do. And that's like real, that gives me, that's a lot of support, I guess. And I really appreciate it. Nobody's ever causing me extra stress. The one thing I just will ask, like, let's just be better than what they do. Like, don't be talking about their kids and stuff. And to be clear, criticism.
Real quick, before we keep going with what Meredith's saying, Babs posted something a little while ago, and it says, I fucked up last night mentioning the name of Steve Cody. It was brought to my attention, and remember now, he's a vile predator. Apologies from my whole heart. There is no comparison. He hurts children. Sincere apologies for that. She probably didn't know too much about him. But see, that's called taking accountability, right? Because Babs realized after talking about him that, like, hold on a second, wait, he's a shitty person. I think Kyle probably told her with the stuff that Kyle went through with Steve Cody, that he wasn't a good person. And so Babs made a post about it. And it's like, this is what being a normal human looks like, folks. Take notes, you know, take friggin' notes. It's what it looks like when you make a mistake and you realize later on that, like, okay, crap, maybe I didn't know everything I thought that I knew about that situation or person or whatever. And then you go, okay, now I'm going to issue a statement. Like, so good on Babs and all the love, because I love Babs. I've been talking to Babs long before it was cool to be friends with me. She had reached out, I think it was on Twitter, maybe? Yeah, I think it was Twitter. And it was about completely something not related to anything that has to do with these cases. And we kind of bonded over the fact that we both have children with medical needs, special medical needs and rare stuff. And we've just been friends for probably almost 2 years. I think it's well over a year. But Babs was one of the first people from like that side of the world that got to know me as a person, as a human. And we've been friendly ever since. And so this is why I say, like, doesn't always have to be us versus them, free Karen Reed versus non-free Karen Reed. Like, people can coexist with each other as human beings and become friends and friendly. And some of the most amazing people I have met from both sides. And I wouldn't have been able to without my channel, without social media. And so if there's a silver lining in all of this, is that a lot of shitty people showed me who they are. But a lot of people I would probably have not talked to otherwise if it wasn't for all the shit that happens on social media and all the shit Aiden pulls and all the shit that other people do, like that I've now made friendships and relationships with that I cherish, you know, like Donna, for instance. Like there's just too many to name, you know, at this point.
Criticizing someone's bad parenting is not the same as talking about their kids, because there's somebody out there, we all know who, the one who made all these crazy accusations over the last couple of days, who love to say my children, she's harassing my children. No, like criticizing you for being a terrible mother.
You have to order more than like
children, but
5
like let's
things.
just like there's a comment today, and I know it was probably meant well, talking about somebody's daughter. Like let's just be better than them, because we see what they do. They make these fake accounts and they harass people. They go after people's work and their children, and let's just be better than them, because then that just stooping low, then it just hurts us, and then everybody else gets blamed on it. So yeah, I don't know. That's really all I have to say now.
Agree. Yeah, it's because regardless, they're gonna 100% of the time, even if you've never spoken to whoever said any of it, they're gonna blame it on you. That's just the way
So
that
I
they
was
do
going
it.
to say, there was a comment today. Somebody made a comment about Erica Walsh's daughter, and I would never say that. I think it said Erica is a C just like her daughter. Okay, that was a low blow. Whoever posted it, they seemed to be, I don't know, they seem to have some background with Erica. They were upset. So I'm not going to police everybody else's behavior, especially when Erica's encouraging it against me. But like, okay, I would not do that, and I wouldn't recommend everybody else do that. But just the tone deaf of the posts, then Erica like sees this one comment from an anonymous account with very little followers and decides to make another post, and she sees, I don't know if she's
talking about a child that way is just gross.
She sees that Jenna Rocco followed the account. So
I have a daughter.
Jenna Rocco must know who this
I have 3
account
daughters,
is,
but
going
one
after my daughter.
Meredith's daughter's age.
Like there are 60 other followers on it. Why not ask one of them? Why are you singling out Jenna Rocco? I don't know if she was just being a boomer and didn't like understand that, or she was purposely trying to stir something up. I don't know, but can you imagine if I was like, alert, everybody stop the press every time.
I do have
like
a Walmart within 2 miles.
About my child or something like that.
You have to drive, but it's a short drive.
Figure out who it is. Like, yeah, I'd spend all day doing that. And just the tone deafness of her.
And I do delivery when I can afford it.
Everything over
I don't
this
drive,
one
so
comment
I don't have
from
a choice.
Small account. When she sat on that space that had like 100,000 listens or something, and sat there while Lindsay Gattani was sexualizing my underage daughter, and Erica is flipping out, and it's the end of the world over one comment about her adult daughter. I'm sorry. I just have a really hard time, and I'm not spending my time policing people's comments or anonymous accounts after what she did. Yeah, I wouldn't make the same comment, and I don't want anybody to be talking about her daughter, but like, you're gonna sit there after you were okay with having Lindsay talk about my daughter performing oral sex on people, my 15-year-old minor daughter, Erica, and you had nothing to say? Have several fucking seats.
There were a lot of those big accounts even that went on that same spaces even after that. So yeah, a lot of them were sitting there, but Aiden went on there. Jimmy went on there.
Didn't Aiden go on after you? And Aiden's on there crying about
and delivery fee if it's
same
day.
You want me to police what other people are saying, Aiden? Like, he wanted me to like yell at John Barron for saying something about his daughter, which I said I didn't think it was true. But what more? I can't control the internet, and you control it more than I do, clearly, with all your followers and all your burner accounts. So,
John Barron's been saying that for like months anyways.
Yeah,
but
I
came in late. Like, I didn't know how much you talked about the account because like I was just browsing the replies. Like, I didn't even know the space was going on yet because I thought we postponed to tomorrow. So I was just like going through it all. I mean, it's completely Aiden. Like, he just sat on Jess Machado and went on trying to push this fake narrative that he's talking to Karen. Like, if I was talking to her, I wouldn't tell you either way. He's in those replies under that mayor account saying that. He went in the fundraiser, which he tried to spin around on Jess Machado as him trying to like support it.
Wait, did he talk shit about the fundraiser on the mayor account? That's interesting.
No,
I didn't even think I was focused on the stuff with my job that I didn't even see that. That's interesting. Well, he's been pretending he's been rooting for it.
Well, I didn't see like the fundraiser exactly, but he was going at Nan, and he was like making. So he was like making fun of Nan and her throwing money, like making similar comments like he was making about Nan in the fundraiser. Was one of the other things I noticed. Of course, like all the stuff about you that he was pushing, and the daughter, and John Barron,
so
talked
many
about
lies that just
his
keep running
daughter.
around from so many
But
people.
if you go down through the replies, it's just like
he's almost as obsessed with John Barron as Christy is. It's really funny. Like, so he like was like asking multiple people about my relationship with John Barron like recently and like even a month ago, and like,
whose car we taking?
One of the times we spoke,
one of my favorite lines.
Are you in love
whose
with John Barron? He's so jealous of John Barron.
yeah. Let's see. The first post was about twisted tragedies. I noticed. What else was there? But
He's
just like
BLT,
BLT, Mike, and then of course he's like, "Oh, you guys are pushing away Aiden, Jess, you're trying to attack Melanie Little now, the glare, like his Jimmy, defending like that whole crew." But it just needs to say, like, if you go through the replies, like, it's all him. Like, it all lines up with everything he's saying. I don't know how people didn't pick up on it sooner, to be honest, that it was him.
Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna mute for a bit. I have to get on a call. I'm gonna play this in the background. But if you need,
like, speaking of The Town, as Leah brought up, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Not gonna lie, because obviously I'm from Massachusetts. But you know, when he's like, "I need your help, and I can't tell you what it is, and you can never ask me about it later, and we're gonna hurt some people." And I think it's Jeremy Renner's response in the movie is, "Whose car are we gonna take?" Right? Like, that just epitomizes Boston. If you grew up in the area that I grew up in Boston, it's like, you're not going to ask questions. Your friend's going to ask you to do something that they need help with that you might not be able to ask about, and you're just going to do it. Like, all right, cool. Whose car are we taking? Do we need black ski masks to hide our faces? Like, what do we need to do here? Like, which car? Like, it just epitomizes like Boston in the early 90s, late 90s and early 2000s, is him saying, like, "I need your help and I can't tell you what it is, and you can never ask me about it later, and we're gonna hurt some people." And he's just like, "All right, whose car are we gonna take?" whose car are we gonna take? I think there's a clip. I'm gonna have to edit it out later on, because here it is. Because it doesn't, like, it'll strike me, but I'll let you guys watch it here.
"I need your car, we're gonna take."
That's just pure Boston right there. Like, just pure, like, all right, whose car? Which car are we? Which one? Which one are we taking? You know, which one? You probably should. That would be amazing. Restaurants are hard though to run. They're so hard. But also, you do love those dogs so much. I don't see you ever being in a kitchen and not with those dogs. The Town, yeah, it's a really good movie, and because it's from, about Boston, it holds a special place, just like Mystic River or Gone Baby Gone in my heart. Those movies. The only thing that aggravates me, a lot of those movies, though, they actually used extras from here, from Massachusetts, for the accents, instead of trying to get the actors to use fake accents, because you can see through the fake Boston accents. They drive me fucking bananas, and it's like, you can't fake it. You cannot fake a Boston accent. You cannot fucking fake it. Like, he nails it when he's like, all right, whose car are we taking? Whose car are we taking? Like, nails it. And it's like, that's why you need people from Boston for those lines, because you cannot fake it, or it's completely, like, right in front of you. At least if you're from here, you're like, that is so fake. Like, that's not even good. You didn't even do a good fucking job. At least do a good fucking job if you're going to do a Boston accent and you're an actor, all right? Because if you don't nail it, we're going to criticize you, because we're from here. Like, we're from here, and you can't get it wrong, all right, motherfucker? You can't get it wrong. Oh, God, Blake Lively. I forgot about her in that movie. I totally forgot she was in that movie. She did a good job, though, but the accent still got me. I'm like, you didn't quite nail it there. Didn't quite nail it. I don't know where I only pulled up that one. Let me see. Scene. Let me see if I can. Town. Is it the one? How do you know Doug? That one? How do you know, Doug? Let's see. Or I want to go with you. Which one? I want to go with you. Am I pushing prison? I don't know what that means. I'm not pushing prison, but he belongs in prison, in my opinion. If you keep committing crimes, you kind of belong in prison. No? It has so that's the problem, Shoe Kindness, though, is that's the narrative that he's pushing. Somebody's trying to take me away from my kids. Somebody's trying to take me away from my kids. My kids, my kids, my kids. Somebody's taking me away from my kids and putting me in prison. The problem with that theory and that narrative is nobody's taking him from his kids. Nobody is taking him. Oh, God, well, hold on. Let me see if I can click on it from the other side here. It will. Okay, cool. Nobody's taking him from his damn kids but him. And he keeps committing crimes. He keeps committing crimes himself, right? So when you're committing witness intimidation, you're threatening people, you're doing blackmail and extortion, like these are things that he is doing behind closed doors and has been doing for a long time while out on bail. Like if it was me or you, Shu, we would be in jail and we would deserve it because those are crimes, right? These are things he is actively doing or has done while being out on bail. We can't sit here and say, he doesn't deserve to go to jail for it, because if it was anyone else who was doing it, we'd be screaming from the rooftops, they deserve to sit in jail, right? It can't just be, oh, well, his kids. He did it to himself and to his children. He didn't care about going to prison away from his children when he kept committing these crimes. He didn't care about being away from his kids when he kept fucking harassing people or threatening people or trying to blackmail people. He didn't give a shit about any of that while he was doing all of that. So it's not about pushing prison. I don't push anything. People can have their own opinion on what they think should happen or not happen. But my opinion is that he belongs in prison. He's a dangerous individual who is clearly not well, right? He's not mentally well, and there's no cure for narcissism. So the only way for that man to remain out of society and not destroy innocent people's lives over and over and over is for him to be locked away. Whether that's prison or a psych ward, I don't really care one way or another. But if anyone else was committing all those crimes, I mean, they would be in jail and they would be deserving it, and we would all agree. It's the only reason people have to say it is because are saying like the thing about the kids is because that's the narrative he pushes. That's part of brainwashing. I want you to know that. Part of brainwashing is repeating the same thing over and over to your, viewers and the people, and they repeat it to other people. Someone's trying to take me from my kids. They're just trying to lock me up and take me away from my kids. I don't want to be away from my kids. Well, if he didn't want to be, just like anyone else who was out on bail, he wouldn't be committing more crimes. Most people don't go back to jail while they're out on bail because they're not committing more crimes, right? So the argument of his kids, it just doesn't fucking fly with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't fly. I mean, I respect your opinion. It just doesn't fly with me because I know why he's using that excuse. And it's a way to excuse away his own bad behavior and use it as an excuse on why he shouldn't be in jail. I think you're right. I think that was New York, Allie. But I mean, I respect your opinion on it. My opinion is a little bit different. I don't push anything. Everybody is, can have their own opinion on this scenario and whatever they think should happen, but it's no one. Exactly. Amber's right. Law Nerd's right. It's not anyone else's responsibility. He should be considering that with his own behavior. And it's like, I would never use my kids as a shield like that. If I didn't want to go to jail, maybe I wouldn't be committing crimes. You know what I mean? Like, my kids have nothing to do with it. There's a lot of things I could say, when it comes to my kids. Like, I could tell you guys every single time I go to the hospital or every time I have to see a specialist with my daughter or for myself. I don't. It's not anyone's business, and I don't need the pity. You know what I mean? I don't need a pity party. Like, I don't. It's my kids are not a shield. They're human beings with feelings, and I don't need to use them, right? No. Well, that's the thing. Do we not lock up other criminals because they have kids and they'll be away from their kids? Like, that's just a narrative that he has pushed for so long, that other people have repeated for so long. It's literally part of the brainwashing at this point. Literally. Because if it was anyone else on planet Earth, we would be saying they need to be in jail. Why aren't they already in jail? Because he's going to keep doing it, regardless if he has kids or not. And you will keep hearing the same thing, Well, see, that's the problem though, Freeze, is like, there's not that many people that are willing to speak up when it comes to him, right? So if I stop doing it, then there's one less person that's willing to hold him accountable. And if I go away and I shut up, which is what he wants, then other people don't wake up and stay away from him and not get hurt. right? If I can save one person from not having their lives altered or destroyed by him, then it's well worth it to me, because I know what it's like to have to deal with somebody lying about you and they're getting their minions to do the same thing. It's not a good place to be in mentally, emotionally. Like, it's a drain and it's a suck. And if I don't talk about it, then I leave it open for him to just keep doing this shit without any accountability. You know, there are plenty of people on Twitter, but what creators are speaking out? Not many. And the pressure isn't on like all the people with Twitter. It's when we come collectively here and talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's when the pressure, I mean, I know he loves the attention, but at the same time, he also hates when people criticize him, and he hates when people are right. And he also has never seen this level of people waking up to his nonsense. This is new for him. This new idea that people are figuring out who he is. Like, there have been like, you know, small parts in time where some people have figured out who he is little by little, but not in this sort of like capacity of this many, you know? And that's the other thing. When he stops hurting people, then maybe we'll stop talking about it. But, you know, okay, the clip. Good, get one. God damn it, get one. Oh, look, it's recommending my video. Isn't that funny? The one that we're on right this very minute. That's fucking hilarious. Hold on, let me go back to the spaces that we were on here. That's funny. Roll that beautiful bean footage to remind me of. Yeah, well, it's talking about drugs, a gram, how much the $20 bill weighs. It's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, you got to see it. You have to see that movie. You know, you have to. It's a good one. Oh, he's no peacemaker. You know. I always thought Blake Lively would look different with like brown or black hair. You know, in a movie like that, I feel like they should have dyed her hair more like dark. You know, I think it would have gone better with the character. Yeah, well, he loves to do that. You know, peacemaker. He's nothing but a fucking piece of human garbage.
Speaker if you need to make room for somebody else, but I'll
it is Meredith speaking. A little bit,
but I'll just leave it muted for now.
Benny, it is, or it was. Also, Babs sends
$10. I'm just checking to see if if there's any feedback. I had my laptop going and I didn't want it to
No, it's gone now.
Oh, okay.
You're good now.
Okay, good deal. If you guys hear anything like that, for sure, let me know. A couple of people have asked, it looks like some people were napping or, you know, woke up for whatever reason and have asked for a quick breakdown of everything that happened. Would any of you like to do a little
Chris comes
paragraph
up in a minute,
of what went down tonight?
Yeah, a peacemaker makes me laugh.
Sorry, I have to be on another call for a bit. If this would be good for Chris.
Oh, you're good.
Chris was like knows more about it all than I do, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'll be back probably in like 15 or so minutes. If not Chris, or I don't know, somebody else, feel free. I don't know. I'm sure everybody else has seen.
Okay.
I think he outlined it pretty well in the posts. I made a post about the second account that we got the info in. So I think that lays out pretty well. But if somebody else wants to take it over while I'm gone for a bit.
Awesome. Take your time.
I can try. So basically, there was two different accounts. One of the accounts was already suspended from X like a week or so ago. And then immediately they made this other account. Well, apparently, like when you do like the recovery password thing, it popped up to, well, the one account was under like Meredith, 5150 Meredith, I think. And it went to that email. And then when you go to like Google and go to the 5150 Meredith email, the backup email to recover that password was his email, the Turtleboy, whatever email. And then also the phone number, the backup phone number to recover the account was also one of Aiden's phone numbers. Am I right? Like, am I getting that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. Yeah. I think both of his phone numbers were involved.
Yeah, yep. Chris said he'll come up in 10 minutes to further.
So I'm gonna skip forward to where Chris is on.
Like, we knew it was kind of AI. Like, what are you? Like, we knew.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a way.
From like a specific IP address, which Meredith showed when she was at his house.
Who knows?
Connected to his Facebook.
I don't know.
From her phone, it logged that IP address.
Meredith,
so it matched the IP address that account was created under. And then I even see that.
I don't know. No, I was on my own.
Whoever pissed him off.
There. Like I was logged in my personal Facebook account and you can go, so on Facebook, as we know from this whole like hacking accusations, you can go to activity history, and there's like, you can go through this process and you see a history of all the IP addresses your Facebook account has logged into. And I had like did all this back in like November when this whole started thing, the accusations of the recording were happening. Jason had asked Aiden to do it on the A. Timothy Carney account. He still to this day wouldn't do it, just kept putting it off. Either I think he just did it and it showed I wasn't freaking logged into it, and that's why he hasn't shared the details, but he hasn't done it. Anyways, I did it, and I have the screenshot of July, the last time I was at his house, logged in. And that is that exact time in the screenshot on July was when I was at his house, connected to his Wi-Fi, that 47 number. And that's the same IP address that you see the account creation. I don't know. I feel like somebody like Obach could probably explain this better. But I confirmed. I Googled too to make sure like I was looking at the right thing for an IP address. And yeah, that was like the IP address for his home Wi-Fi. And yeah,
Well,
matched like with the account created. So
there was the guy that I forget his user's name. Like it's like Molly something. He's got the big round head profile picture. He like looked it up, and it like even gave the longitude, latitude coordinates for that IP address, which went to like Holden, Mass. So like if there was even any doubt about that, it traces right back to his hometown.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a way, probably Facebook was just the first thing I could think of because I had to look up the IP address through that, but there's probably other shit on my phone that I could find that same IP address again and pinpoint it to other times I was at his house. I'm guessing. I'm going to look into it tomorrow. Like if people are still like confused that that's his freaking account, I can probably find it too, right in some from August 2024 when the account was created and matched it up. If people are still really questioning that he's not his account.
All night on accounts and looking through Twitter and doing their shit.
There's some really interesting DMs in it. So, I mean, if he's going to keep denying it, they seem to be pretty, they want to start sharing some of these messages. So, I mean, if he wants to keep denying it, we can see.
It had me laughing. Like, I can't believe he was really that dumb to even like use his real anything. Like I didn't even do on this account. I'm like nobody, and I was smart enough not to even do that. So I mean, how dumb he's been trolling behind like hundreds of accounts for years. Like, how does he not know better? So that's what really shocks me, is that he's actually that stupid.
Did you guys talk about the credit card while I had walked away for a minute?
Oh no, you got so he paid for the blue check mark, and it shows like the last four of his credit card, which I wouldn't know what his credit card is. But the fact that he was paying for premium features. So I think what that it's like not necessarily the blue check mark, because like I have it on here. It's just like where like you don't have limited.
Unfortunately, people are too afraid to do that who have nothing to do with it. Right? They're too afraid their families will be attacked, so they won't. In the same way a Molotov cocktail is. I love that. You win comment of the day. But I get it. I agree that more people should speak out. I agree with this sentiment. But there people that aren't part of it, that aren't emotionally attached, invested, or any virtual I don't think that's going to happen. People are too afraid. I know it's hard to hear me when I talk over it. I'm sorry, but I hate like having to like keep muting it just to say something. But so I try to just be a little louder than what it is. But believe me when I say, like, we've tried it all, right? Like we tried it all, Freeze. Like we've tried it every way. We've tried not talking about him at all. We've tried just letting the courts handle it. We've tried, having people step forward, like all of those. Like, believe me when I say to you, in the last 3 years, we've tried a lot to just have people speak up and say their truth and not hide or cower or give up. It's not as easy as you would think it is. People are afraid. People see what happens to other people. They know what happens behind closed doors, and they don't want any part of it. And I can't blame them, because it's a dark place, right? When thousands of people on the internet believe lies about you simply because he said so and because he made up fucking receipts, like that's the reality of it, right? And so people just don't want that in their life, and I can't blame them. But at the same time, this is what has allowed him to get away with it for 10 years. 10 years. Leah has been dealing with it for 7. For 7. She was an extraordinary police officer, a canine officer in the state of Massachusetts. Accolades and all, awards and all, because she does extraordinary work. And where I am so extremely proud to have her as my friend and to say she works extremely hard with the dogs that she trains and rescues and donates and all of these things that she does when she helps out in things like hurricanes with cadavers and all these things that she does that I'm so proud of as her friend. She did great police work too. And that career was ruined by no other than Aiden Kearney, simply because of his jealous, freak out session. Literally. It's like a giant baby. How many other people's lives is he going to destroy? Innocent people's lives is he going to destroy? It's been 7 years and he still can't stop talking about Leah. She moved 800 miles away and he still can't leave her alone. And neither can his minions, No, I don't think you're complaining. At all. I get what you mean. I totally get it. I get where you're coming from on like both ends of it, because believe me, I've thought all of this out, You win the internet, Amber, law nerd, you win it. There are a ton of creative outlets. I like to paint, when I have time, I like to paint. I like to do all sorts of different things like that. I like to look at art. I like to read, there's lots of outlets for people. That's why you don't see me on like super late. Once in a while, you might see me on like a Spaces late, but other than that, I'm usually in bed pretty decently on times. Yeah, it's hard, Freeze, via text. I get what you mean. Because believe me when I say like we've went through this whole like trying to see what the best course of action is. It's hard though. I have a lot of victims that come to me, and a lot of victims you guys don't even know exist. And the things that if you knew what I knew, let's put it that way. If you knew what I knew, and Julie can back this up. If you knew what I knew and you held other people's like stories and the way that they feel like close to your heart in the way that I do, like you understand why he's so dangerous and you understand what really could go wrong and how catastrophic it could be. No, Freeze is not a troll. We've had Freeze here for a long time now. Freeze is a always viewer of the Twisted Tragedies. But we've definitely looked at it from a bunch of different ways, but there's a lot that you guys don't know that I just can't say, and I wish that I could because I feel like people would understand better. But oh my God, my grandmother was like that. If I didn't answer her text or call for like one day, she'd be calling my best friend, and my best friend passed away a long time ago, actually before my grandmother even did. But she'd be calling my best friend and being like, "Is Elise with you?" I'd be like, "Don't fucking answer." She's like, "It's your grandmother." I'm like, "I don't care." She's like, "No, I want to make sure it's not dead in a ditch." Like, I'm not dead in a ditch just because I didn't answer your text message and I didn't answer your phone call for one day. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. But I get what you mean, bro. I do. I get exactly. My grandmother was like that. She's very protective. Like, no, you are not a troll. I know that. Breeze is always here. Her story is great because it is the best revenge. Leah does well for herself, and she works really hard. She works like 7 days a week, dude, with those dogs, and she does a lot of good work. She helps a lot of people, and you can't ask for anything more than that, Yeah, Lindsay went on a Space and a YouTube with Grant, and a lot of shit was said, and a lot of stuff was thrown around, and it's a fucking shit show.
Characters.
Yeah, the $8 a month one, and it showed that portion of his credit card, but also his actual name and billing address and phone number,
in general.
the same phone number that was linked for changing the password and everything like that. I mean, he's an idiot. He's so bad at being a shitty troll, but he keeps doing it.
Well, you won't get burned here, my
a lot
friend.
of people noticed too. Like I didn't click on till late, but everybody said he was like looking down at his phone when like that account sent the first tweet out, and then like he kept hearing, like he kept looking to the side, and then you'd hear the static come through his mic every time he would get a text, and then all of a sudden, like when whoever like was like tweeting on the account, which we talked about last night, how you could delegate, he started like holding both of his hands up. Like, it was that, like, when do you ever see Aiden on screen, like,
Holy
just
Spirit,
sitting in his
activate.
chair with both of his hands up like that? So he's so transparent. I don't understand how any of these idiots on here can't see it and can defend him, and how they managed to come up with all these excuses for him. Like, the very first thing, like we said, people's gonna say it was spoofed or he was hacked, which I'm glad they were able to pull up the IP address, because so now you're going to tell me somebody spoofed his IP address. You're going to
No
go as
worries.
far
I
to
know who you
say
are. Well,
that one of
you're
his
a viewer,
fans
so.
created an account to back up Aiden and attack his girlfriend for him, but they're going to frame him for it. That doesn't even make any
Smart
sense.
to be impartial, though.
Like, the account's going at
Critical
Meredith
thinking.
and all of Aiden's enemies. Why would they be trying to frame him for that when the account's obviously trying to help him? The two don't go together.
No, but we knew they would. That was the first thing I said. I said they're going to claim that the phone number was spoofed, and or they're going to claim that it's AI. And then I'll be damned if that wasn't the first few things that I saw. It's spoofed, you idiot. Or you can tell those aren't real screenshots. Those are AI. Like, what are you? Like, we knew it was coming, but it's just hilarious. It's just all so predictable. It's always the same thing because they're so well programmed.
Do you notice that every time it's something that's bad for Aiden, it's AI, and then like that BLT account is working overtime to try to say everything's AI, even when Aiden's like not even denying things are real.
Like, come on, bro.
It's AI, like
not AI.
recording. But anything that comes out about me that's not true, like, and has sometimes not even any evidence, like, there's not even been a screenshot of a spoofed number of like the thing with Lindsay. Like,
I don't like to hear things about kids.
No text at all to anybody has been shown.
Kids.
No proof at
I
all.
didn't ask for any of it.
Not gone to the police. I think at this point it's pretty obvious. Like, if you're still thinking that this even happened, it's like, come on, take a look at an honest look at yourself, at your life, that you're lying, you're willing to lie about somebody like sending a child pornography all because of Aiden. Like, just take a step back and look at that.
Photoshop,
like,
AI, hacked, spoofed. Just never real though when it's him.
A lie like that.
Evil.
I don't know.
And the way that those accounts shared it, like, ooh, this is terrible news. If this did happen, ooh, they're going to have proof. This should be investigated by police. Like, what the fuck are you doing? She's accused a man of rape, a man that you worship, of rape. He says it didn't happen. She says it did. Well, now she's not even speaking on it, but we know that she said it did, and he went to jail, and we know she had her other baby daddy locked up. We know that she faked a pregnancy, or did she? Who the fuck knows when she's telling the truth? But that's the person you guys are going to quote tweet and talk about it being some big kind of news that needs to be investigated. Do you guys fucking hear yourself? You're fucking bunch.
Well, it's not illegal to hack an account. And also, considering they're not from this country, the laws of America wouldn't apply to someone in Australia. So, I mean, it's not illegal to like lock someone out of their fake stock account. But it doesn't give you like all of it gives you the last 4 digits and the name and the address and the phone number. If you're not using that information to like buy things on the internet, which you can't with only the last 4 digits of the card number, everybody knows his address and his name and his phone number. That's public available information, and it only shows the last 4 digits of the credit card. But as long as you're not buying things on the internet, it's not illegal to lock a troll out of a stock account. And again, he's not from this country, so the American laws, even if there was one in a certain state, which none that I know of exist here in Massachusetts, would apply to someone in Australia. So, I mean, yeah, when they can't say it's spoofed, then they go, well, who cares? Who gives a shit? Why does it matter? Who cares if it was me? Who cares if I stole $5,000 or $7,500 from Karen Reed, whatever, because I said it was going to be 50-50 and I just kept it all. Who cares? If someone else did that, if someone sold 4 t-shirts with a turtle on it and said that they might donate some money to me, I'm going to throw an entire fit and call them a scammer. But if I steal money and I don't give the 50% because she never asked for it and whatever, even though my girlfriend told me for an entire year and reminded me for an entire year to do it, then there's nothing to see here. Don't look here. Who cares? It's my private information. Everybody shut up. Like, the man is so hypocritical. It's fucking absurd. It doesn't matter what crime he commits. There's nothing to see here. It's his personal information. It's private. Who cares? But anyone else who was doing anything like that, he would drag through the mud, destroy their livelihood, destroy their job, destroy their career, their place to live, etc., simply because he thinks it's fun. But if he does all those things, well, nothing to see here, folks. Who cares, right? Like, imagine actually thinking that, not being fucking delusional, you know? That's the part that gets me. That's the part that gets me. Imagine being that freaking delusional, you know? Oh, I can imagine he probably called the cops right away and was like, somebody stole my stock account on accident and has my credit information on it. This is fraudulent, officer. I'm gonna need you guys to help me. Also, have you found my shoe yet? Did you find my shoe? I'm Turtleboy and I'm scary and you should be afraid of me. I'm a cut leader. I can hear it in my head. And I can literally think up the entire scenario where he goes back every single day, even though they told him there's nothing they can do because he's done this a million times before. So he goes back every day to harass the cops until they get sick of seeing him and they go, fine, we'll do something, or fine, we'll write a report. Like that's how they've done it in the past, and they've been scrutinized now because of that, because that's not the way the law is supposed to fucking operate, obviously. But I find it so funny because in my head I can literally picture exactly what he's already done 500 times. He called them over a shoe. What wouldn't he call them over? But they're all corrupt. Remember, all the cops are corrupt, and he just needs them more than anyone else on planet Earth. I wouldn't call the cops over a shoe or a hacked account, but he sure would. What the fuck? No, he will never address this because it's true. So what's he going to say? He can either deny it, and then more things can be released to prove he's a fucking liar, or he can say nothing and hope it goes away. I guarantee he says nothing and hopes that it goes away. Yeah, drama. It's just drama. Like, drama he created, drama he did. Like, come on, you know? Oh my God, I forgot about that. It's like, dude, you're really accusing Leah of hacking your shit? How many hackenings has he had, Leah, over the last 10 years? He's had quite a few hackenings that he's been, quote, hacked, when in reality, it was just him sharing shit, and someone else finally got a conscience and shared it with someone else who shared it with someone else, and so on and so forth. And so then he thought he was hacked. Or that was his excuse. It's always his excuse. He was hacked, you know? Yeah, exactly. You know, good luck with that, trying to do that to someone in another country. You know? The Shaggy defense. It wasn't me. I love that. The Shaggy defense. I love that, Rose. It wasn't me. That's the Shaggy defense. I fucking love it. That's hilarious. Well, that's the other thing. You have to remember, even though one of his stock accounts has been shown, like, you guys have to remember how many other ones he has, you know? I thought hackers could find anyone's fake address via IP. So you can be tracked via your IP address to your actual real address. Your IP address can be tracked as long, like, even if you use like a spoofer where it bounces off other addresses, it will eventually, like, it'll still track back to you. Like, if you're using a VPN, like, those can still be tracked. So it takes some tech work to do it, but like, it can still be done. And in this case, he uses regular damn IP address, so he clearly wasn't even using a VPN, you know? It's like a dumbass, you know? It's not it wasn't high tech. It was like stuff that just people don't know who don't use tech. You know what I mean? Like, because Aiden's a fucking idiot, you know? He does give out all sorts of shit like that, passwords and whatnot, to fake accounts that he shares with people so that they can jump in there for him, so it makes it look like it's not him. Something he's been doing for a long time, you know? And they're definitely working overtime. It's not a Mr. Hacker. No, you're not a master hacker. You're not a master hacker at all. I'm not a master hacker, that's for sure. I don't think I could do all that, you know? You can't lock me out and need to cyberstalk and harass women. Probably, allegedly. Probably allegedly 100 times over the last 10 years. You know? Yeah, he calls the cops corrupt every day, but he calls them. He needs them all the time. You know? The cops are all corrupt. They're corrupt now. That's all he talks about is police corruption, police corruption, police corruption, police corruption. But he calls them when he wants to find his shoe or his account is compromised. You know, he needs them when someone is on his public sidewalk, like JLR, just in the way that he did to the witnesses in the case. They were on his public sidewalk and he called the cops. I'm not making this up. It was totally okay for him to do it to the Alberts and the McCabe's and everyone else. But when JLR did it to him on a public sidewalk, he called the cops, you know? It's just so funny to me. Like it is. The police are bad. while calling them daily. Exactly. Have you found my shoe yet? Like, for real though, have they found his shoe? I would like to know the answer to this. Your Honor, they did not find my shoe. I object.
To degenerate pieces of shit. What are you doing with your life right now?
Defense, I love that.
Like you said a minute ago, take several fucking seats, you bunch of fucking idiots. And that whole thing with Erica and somebody allegedly saying something about her daughter, I don't believe it. I don't believe for a second that wasn't one of their burner accounts that they used just for stupid shit like that. So that could garner her some sympathy because she knows she sat in there while that woman said horrific things about your underage daughter. So that way, now she's able to garner
20,
just the teeniest bit of sympathy. You know. It's bullshit. Like, you can smell it from a fucking mile away with these idiots. They're fucking freaks.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was one of their very fair. Like, I looked through some of the posts and they seem to be
about this guy,
supportive of me for the most part, and I was following the account too. I mean, just like again, like
I can't with Melanie.
The thought that everybody should be like
she's a joke.
Responsible for other accounts just because they follow them. Like, I don't look at every single thing every account posts.
Ridiculous.
I don't know if it would have been like a burner on there, but just the hypocrisy of feeding such outrage over one comment from one tiny burner account about her daughter after she was like perfectly okay with what happened the other night with Lindsay. It's just spare me.
Yeah, gross.
That was the other thing I noticed. They said a lot, which, you know, of course, sounded just like Aiden, but Meredith's jealous of Lindsay, and she's so mad because I didn't want her and wanted to watch Yellowstone. I mean, of course, he's not using I. He's saying he and talking in third person.
Also likes to say we.
He's an idiot, but
we. Who's we?
He's gone along with that whole narrative that him and Jimmy love to push, that Meredith's doing all of this because she didn't get a turtle's dick. Like, come the fuck on.
Ooh, she said the D word.
So sick. And
yeah, I mean, there's nothing. There's literally nothing to be jealous about. Not jealous of the fake pregnancies, the fake abortion.
I'm gonna skip that part just
because
it's a little much.
He's behind the account, so I have a feeling a lot of it too has been to keep her from like freaking out too. She's probably like loving it because he's not sticking up for her and like bashing me on his own account because he's trying to be drama free. So he's using this account that's like
he's not drama free. He doesn't know how to be.
Her too. So I think.
Not necessary.
I've just heard some rumors of what's going on with them too, and we're very close to a driveway abortion situation.
Whoa!
I mean, you saw her tweets where she was like, "I haven't signed anything yet," and I can't imagine things are going well after the other night, her meltdown. So I imagine it's a constant balancing act of keeping all of these unhinged women from burning his whole world down. So
he's the only one burning his own world down.
Into this and.
You're protecting yourself.
On his burner accounts, it's like
I've noticed he's had the filters cranked up extra high lately. Like, he's trying to conceal all the wrinkles he's getting from all the stress. He's looking extra orange too.
He has aged like a decade in the past 6 months.
Good evening.
Good evening.
There's Chris.
It's Dawn.
Our leader's here. It's
everybody bow and face. We're doing the West.
Astro, where's the soundboard? Like, we need our oohs and ahs.
You're gonna get in trouble for that.
Come on, Astro, you're gonna lose your soundboard privileges.
She must be indisposed.
I'm sorry. Hi, Chris.
That's better. Thank you.
I was doing something. Sorry. I'm here.
Attention.
So just a disclaimer before we get into it. Some of this stuff is actually classified information.
Classified.
Cannot be released right now.
Classified. Cannot tell you.
But I'll do my best to
love you. Text me
answer
later.
any questions you have. about it. I do
So
have
can
I do
you
have
say
intel that the account's probably got about 12 hours left, approximately.
So the
So get
CIA
screenshots
has it now,
now.
right?
Yeah, Interpol's got it. They're extracting it, getting all the information from it. So
can
that
you
there's
say
it
who
take
was
about 12
delegated
hours and
yet?
then to verify it all. Yeah.
And then it's off to the KGB.
Go off to the KGB, yes.
I mean, at this point, so how is this going to play out? I think he has to admit it's him, just with all of the overwhelming data, and it seems like whoever's
He's just not going to say anything.
keeps releasing
in my
stuff
opinion.
as people are denying. I mean, they released the billing stuff, but realistically, then if you were to go and like say he was hacked by these people, but I mean, they're not the clearance that these people have. From what you told me, like it sounds like I don't think he's going to get anywhere with it. But like, so then he's theoretically, let's
never
say he
listen to
goes and
Melanie.
makes report, then he
Ever.
has to admit he was behind the account, tagging an employer, harassing a witness. So it's like quite the predicament,
Yeah.
huh?
It's what we in the biz call this is a layup, because well, if he's going to if he files a report, then that's admitting it's the account, and then he opens himself up to the harassment. So
correct.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pickle.
Wow.
You know, but I think
A
at the end
large
of the
pickle.
day, it's just one less account that's out there harassing people, in the way it was. And I had a feeling it was his. There was the two accounts, the two that I
never understood
posted up
that.
today.
Why does Melanie Little care so much about Bill Reed being full screen? I heard he was having like tech issues or whatever. And so why does it matter if he's a small screen with everyone or a big screen? It's like, Melanie, give it up. I'm sorry for those of you who like Melanie Little, but she really does need to be called out for like defending Aiden when you can't defend the indefensible. And the only reason she's doing it is because she has turtle riders in her chat that give her money. So she doesn't want to lose the turtle riders and lose the money. So defend the idiot. Like, she just looks like a dumbass at this point, defending the idiot. Like, Melanie, you didn't learn your lesson when he said there was a missing belt and a missing shoe, and there was no missing belt and no missing shoe that you perpetuated for months. Like, yes, this is Chris the Aussie. My friend Chris.
That were him, and linked to all his. They're linked to his phone numbers. They're linked to his Turtleboy Sports. He's linked to his, the burner emails he makes to set up the account.
Let's read
I
some
had
of
a
the
pretty,
comments from the space.
especially the other one. What was the other one called? The second video I posted. I baited him into a discussion one day, and he gave up specific information that only he would know.
I remember that about like the recording and stuff, right? Or one of the
Yeah,
recordings.
that no one's heard.
So
And
he
I've heard.
essentially, because he was talking about the recording, and I mean, I don't know exactly what I said, but he was seemingly quoting me our conversation from December 13th, word for word. And that's the one he's accusing me of wiretapping, but he was quoting it word for word. And how else would he know that if he didn't record me, which is exactly what happened. So he just confessed that.
I love a good accent.
And if you look at, you can't see him now, it's annoying, but if you can see some of the replies in that screenshot I posted. I was daring him to like release it, because there's only one way that conversation exists, and it was if he recorded it.
Right.
So
it was
with the details he was given. I'm like, all right, well then release it, dude. And he wouldn't release it for obvious reasons. So just another one of those.
So this was Nan's comment on it last night on the spaces that we're listening to right now. She said, just recently joined. Are you saying that it is Aiden who has been publicly attacking and insulting me with those burner accounts? I am the only person who captured the full audio of the event in March. So that was him outside D&E. The only person who can legally authenticate that audio, which is more complete than the other recording by D&E. Why would he be attacking me when I'm likely to be a witness in his own case? How awful, right? So then Bab said, yes. I said, seems it is. Doesn't shock me. He's awful. Then Nan replied here and said, I just compared my audio to the one from D&E. He wouldn't be foolish enough to low-key troll me. Foolish wouldn't be strong enough word. The interesting thing to me is if this isn't true, he hasn't contacted me to clear up this tragic misunderstanding. That wouldn't be drama. Why is it that? I mean, his number is currently blocked on my phone, but surely he would have DM'd me here. I simply do not understand. And it's like, yeah, it's him. Like, so he was trolling Nan, like literally trolling her, talking shit to her from his account while she's a witness in the case that could be against him from the stuff he did to Chris Albert's camera, and apparently she's got the audio from that night that she had recorded, I guess, on her phone, so she would have to authenticate that. That's evidence, right? So how fucking dumb do you have to be to troll someone who could be a witness against you in your own case? What a fucking buffoon.
Empty threats like the defamation lawsuit.
I'm sure what's going to happen is the goalpost will just move tomorrow and it'll be like, okay, well, it's okay that he was the account because Meredith is this and that. Okay, but what about when he was pretending to be drama free and he wanted this to stop and he told his lawyers, he promised his lawyers he would be drama free and not continue all this. So again, quite the pickle.
Well, they're already like the usual accounts are already back at it, like BLT and a few of these other ones are like, oh well, the blue tick's gone. I was like, well, yeah, they changed it. You know, the Interpol changed the bloody profile picture, didn't they, to a koala?
So I got an email about this account earlier today because I had reported it for impersonation. I put my license and everything in, and I got it. And it was like they have 48 hours. They have to update their profile because they were violating our impersonation policy. So they made, and then I saw he immediately changed the account like earlier tonight after I got that email, and it said like fake Meredith O'Neill or something. He edited it to be in compliance.
So this is one of the things Aiden said from that fake account right here about Nan. It's like a screenshot of like him outside the D&E that night. And he said, Nan isn't an attorney. She's a drama queen who purchases attention. And it's like, you weren't saying that when she was supporting you, right? Like when she was supporting you, you weren't saying that. But because she hasn't supported you recently, now as everyone's bad. See, that's the problem, right? It doesn't matter how much attention, how much money, how much support you give that man. He's never satisfied. He thinks he's owed the world when he's owed nothing. And he will shit on anyone and everyone. Listen, if someone was supporting me and they chose not to support me anymore, I have no reason to talk shit about them. Like that's their choice and that's their prerogative. And, you know, that's okay, right? Like that's all right. Like why attack people simply because the money that you were getting from them, you're not getting anymore. So now you need to throw a tantrum to the point where you talk shit about people. Like that goes to show, it speaks more volumes about who he is than the people he attacks. And I don't think he understands that. You know, I don't think that he understands that. Yeah, there's a text message where he says he can't listen to Melanie Little. Like he doesn't like her. He can't listen to her. And yet she still supports him like a fucking idiot. Because I'm sure what he did was explain away that that's not what he meant. What he meant was his headphones were broken and he couldn't actually listen. Like I'm kidding you not when I say that's how hard he gaslights and people actually believe him like fucking idiots. Instead of like, he will literally tell someone, you did not see what you just saw and you didn't hear what you just heard. And they'll be like, okay, I didn't. And then he'll go, what you really just saw or what you really just heard, and then he'll give his narrative, and that is what they will believe. Like that's how brainwashing with people like him works. Is you can see it in here with your own eyes and your own ears, and then he comes in and tells you that's not actually what you heard or saw. What you actually heard or saw was this, this, and this. And then the narrative that he gives you is the one you believe instead of what you saw and heard with your own eyes and ears. That's sad, but it's the reality of what you're dealing with when it comes to him, you know? It's ridiculous. His parent also seems to be his spokesperson too. He was also there at D&E. Why is he going after you too? Oh, I think this is Will. Shocker. You know, Will goes after people who support him too. It's just like, it speaks more about you guys than it does anyone else. Ew, he calls her queen. Clearly you don't know what a queen is then, sir, but that doesn't shock me. We're talking about people like Will and Jimmy who live in their mother's basements but have something to say about my family being the working poor. Like, cool, you pay over $2,000, not just $2,000, but over $2,000 just in rent alone. Then tack on all your other bills, groceries, food, you know, other food. If you're out, then you have to do clothes for your children, things like shampoo, conditioner, toilet paper, cleaning supplies. Like, tack on all that shit, pay all that shit, and tell me you wouldn't be the working poor here in Massachusetts too. I don't have the option to live in my mother's basement and not pay rent. Sorry, not sorry. Or drive my mother's car. Right? Like I don't have those options. I've been on my own since I was 17. So the fact that any of those people have anything to say about homeless people or people who live in hotels or anyone, literally anyone who is on their own is fucking baffling to me. Absolutely baffling. Coming from people who live in their mother's basement. It's fucking amazing. Aiden rents 2 rooms from an elderly guy and another elderly lady lives there. Doesn't own his own couch, as we know. Right? Doesn't own his own anything, right? His own nothing. But everyone else is bad and ratchet and poor people are bad. Like, is this fucking real life? Like, where people like that get to criticize everyone else? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's bonkers to me. Yes, I am the working poor. You don't have to like it. I'm a small channel. My husband works his ass off. We don't make enough to survive because Massachusetts is one of the most expensive states to live in. It's unfortunate, but we can't afford to take 10 grand we don't have. If I had 10 grand, I would buy myself a used car, which would exponentially help my income. My husband could go back to his old job and make more money. You know, like it's like these people don't use their brains. I've been on my own since I was 17 years old. I've been living on my own since I was 17. I'm 39, right? Struggles happen. Life happens. I don't live in my mother's basement. I can't go back to my mother's basement. My grandparents basically, well, outside of foster care, my grandparents raised me, and they're both dead and have been for a long time. My dad is long gone. So for the love of God, I don't have a mother's basement or mother's house to live in or father's house to live in or cousin's house or aunt's house to live in. I have none of that. I have me, myself, and I. So I think it's amazing to me, you know? Oh, I know it was. I remember trying to help you find a place when you were looking. It was ridiculous. It took you so long, you know? But it's amazing to me that pot calling kettle black. It's insane to me, you know? He loves to stir the pot. He admits he likes to stir the pot, you know? It's just, I mean, that's true. A lot of people, even with money, go cuckoo bananas, you know? Yeah, for a tiny studio, you're paying ridiculous money at this point. But for me, it's like the audacity of some of these people to talk about us poor people. It's like, I've been on my own for I don't even know how many years, since I was 17. I don't need to take advice from people who live in their mother's fucking basements and don't have to pay rent and utilities and basic necessities. And like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Like, that is so tone deaf. It's not even funny.
See, but that triggers it. I think the blue check mark to go inactive.
Yeah, whenever you
like,
change
for a
an
little bit.
yeah,
He
well,
changed the
whenever you
name of
change a
it to
name or a profile pic,
He
yeah.
changed the name earlier before this started even like going on tonight.
Before the CIA got in on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then honestly, it's not even so much of like, oh, now he's drama free. No, it doesn't matter that he was doing this account, blah blah blah. He's harassing you, and he's tagging your job in posts, like, and encouraging other people to contact your employer. This is harassment.
This person, Big Daddy,
it is.
At the end of the day, like,
photoshopped.
no one gives a fuck what. Like, I don't give a fuck what excuse they try to make. It's not right.
It's witness intimidation. It's been known that I'm a witness in his
she saw his crimes
and some other stuff that went on during a relationship that I can't talk about now either. It's been pretty known I'm a witness, and the stuff like he's cried witness intimidation for far less than this.
Far less.
What he's doing, making multiple parody accounts of me, tagging my work, causing me economic harm. It's much more witness intimidation than whatever he's tried to accuse other people of before.
That's correct.
Wow. He's a piece of shit. I just can't. I can't see how somebody can be so evil and vindictive.
Yeah, and it's funny because he's telling all these people, he's like, I have a new girlfriend or whatever, like, which again, I couldn't care less. Anybody who's like willing to date this man baby after everything he's been doing the last couple of months, good riddance. But I wonder how she feels about him operating multiple paying to make parody accounts of me. That's how he's spending his days. And the first one had over 200 tweets. This one had like over 100 in just a couple of days. He's clearly spending a lot of time at this. This is so embarrassing for him. And last time I talked to him, he was like asking me grilling me about my dating life. And I didn't tell him a goddamn thing because I know he would immediately like harass the person too. But like, he was like lecturing me. He's like, well, if you keep like going at me, like you're not going to find anybody to date. It's like, bro, like do not even go there with me. Anybody is better than you.
Right. And I feel bad for the girl, whoever she is, because I think we've all been there where you find out eventually, and then after you find out the string of women he's done that before. You know, she's gonna find out she's not the bad guy. Like she's just
I have no idea who this person is. No idea. No idea. I mean, just anybody though with this very public like breakup with an ex, like within weeks of that going on, I guess I would be.
Oh my God.
A little. I
You're
really wouldn't want to date him right now if I really.
Did you get to say it like that, Leah?
Going on live streams, like talking about your ex sexually and everything else he's done. I wouldn't want to date him, but
it is a damn shame.
But it's a much younger
Of our own
person.
state,
not
with
my
the crisis.
fucking chaos to deal. Not my chaos to deal
Nope.
with anymore. Thank God.
Right. Yep. Go bad for her.
Oh my God, wear the drama-free sweatshirt to court so the judge can
Bonnie,
laugh
do
at
we
him.
have
I
a
love that.
will there be a? Can we expect a video?
Love that.
A mashup of the sweat
Oh.
and the reaction in live on Jess's
I'll have
stream.
As we know,
or-
Bonnie did make the
I'll
video
have to go
for
find
us.
it. I only seen like
Proof of his
part of
innocence.
it. I wasn't on it when the tweet first happened. I didn't see him looking down at his phone, but I've
agreed.
seen all the
No,
stuff
thank you.
after I turned it on.
Oh, I'm sure
A lot
it
of
did
people
change
posted
real
about
quick.
it, that he looked he kept looking down, and like you guys said later, what stuff started really heating up, he was
So lame.
using his hands, being more expressive
Looks like it's written by a toddler,
with his hands and talking and everything. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went like this, like during, and I'll play it again. I'll put it on the screen so you guys can see it, like the video that Bonnie made again while we're talking about it, because it's so funny, because he has no idea what the fuck Jess is talking about, because he's so distracted with looking at his phone while all this is being released. So distracted that he
Didn't even know that in the first. Many of which pay to keep your platforms up and running. How do you define yourself in the industry, and why do you think so many people gravitate towards your style of reporting?
That's the thing. Activist, satirist, and I was already saying that.
Satirist wasn't there yet. Close. It was entertainer. So journalist, activist, entertainer.
Yeah. Okay.
So very similar story to what you were saying, but you said I break major news stories. I don't stop there. I take a firm position on the stories I'm writing about. I try to fix whatever problem I'm highlighting. That's my activist side. On the live show, you see a more laid-back version of live. I try to fix whatever problem I'm highlighting. That's my activist side. On the live show, you see a more laid-back version of me. See a more laid-back version of me. Making people laugh and talking about things that I've uncovered. My language isn't for everyone, and my biggest critic is my mother. So I'm cognizant of the fact that I swear too much, and I'm trying to work on that. I promise. But my heart is in the right place, and I can just come across as rough around the edges. When in reality, I'm a big soft here and there, but no one cares about the Fall River gutter muppet selling her food stamps on Facebook. It's just not that important. However, I would argue that Jennifer McCabe and Chris Albert are ratchets in disguise. Next year's ratchet badness is going to be completely Canton-based.
That's true.
While you are kind of in this but now that some time has passed, do you ever feel compelled to go back to the basics when you frickin' Parm? He was the 12th choice to be a special prosecutor because no one else was foolish enough to declare war on the First Amendment like he was. My supporters, like the Canton Nine, are like family to me. I would do anything for those people, and I know that they would do the same for me. These are not minions. They are highly educated, deeply concerned, tax-paying citizens who refuse to remain silent as Oompa Loompa Ken Mello tramples on the... Just like the Canton Nine, or like family to me. I would do anything for those people, and I know that they would do the same for me. These are not minions. They are highly educated, deeply concerned, taxing citizens who refuse to remain silent as Oompa Loompa Ken Mello tramples on the first lady. I know, he lives in Somerset with me. His health wasn't doing well. I did miss that like big dick energy he was exerting when he was walking into court. You know what I mean? He'd have somebody drop him off and he'd walk in. You always kind of felt bad for Kazi a little differently, but
I mean, I never felt bad for him because he was like evil. You know what I mean? Like he put me in jail and like on my birthday and felt like nothing didn't bother him.
Out to hurt or attack people. I am the person who stands up to the bullies. That's not attacking people. That's defending people. Today, what would you say is the biggest misconception about you that you would want to correct? Or does that stand true today?
What is the big? What's my answer?
It was that you were out to hurt or attack people, and that you're the person you're saying that's not attacking people. You're defending people. You're standing up to bullies. You wanted people to know that you weren't being out hurting people deliberately. That you were standing up to these people. Do you think that's still the biggest misconception about you? Like today, if you have to answer that question. So let's talk about. He's still here. Talk to us about. Yes, go ahead. I'm going to read some comments.
Okay, go ahead.
You guys, all of you OT, that's what makes me.
Yes, occasionally we have to take a bathroom break. What would you like us to do?
Even her husband's like, he just got up and walked out. Like, Bonnie made it. Bonnie makes the best videos. I'm telling you, one day when I make lots and lots of monies, I will be hiring Bonnie to make all my clips because she makes the most amazing clips. All hail the raccoon. All hail raccoon. I have like 2 minutes left, so I'll play a little more of this. Then I have to end this. I can come back later and finish it with you guys because we're an hour into 3 hours of this.
Wonder what he like. Does he ever feel like, oh, I fucked up now? I don't think he does. I feel like he thinks that he's going to talk his way out of it because he's just been so effective
at having
to
get my kiddo off the bus.
And let's be honest, like it's not the first time he's been caught doing this. So why is anyone surprised? It's like, you know, just probably a next level type thing. You know, let's not forget he had a racist troll account that he used to troll Betero with. We all know about that one. This is just a level up, like it's intense, like escalating, to the point where I found at least 2, and there's probably way more.
It's criminal. I mean, it's every bit of it is criminal. Like, there's a difference in some light trolling and poking fun at people, but like it was criminal, like really tagging her employer. And I don't think that people realize it's not just her that has the recourse, and I'm just guessing, but I'm pretty sure that corporation will as well. I guess that we'll find out eventually. That's just something to speculate on right now. Do you have any insight on to matters like that, Chris?
No, I got no idea as far as the like workplaces and stuff are concerned. If they have any recourse against the incessant tagging, like just trying to, it's just like I said, it's harassment. But
like 3 minutes,
constantly tagging a workplace trying to get someone fired. And it's not just like, let's be real, it's not just that account that's been doing it. There's been a gang of them doing it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, they pick up their drama-free tags. Is that dumb little creature gonna snap the hell out of it at this point and realize what a fool she's been played for, or we think she's gonna continue to play along with that stupid game? So stupid.
No, well, you know what? They just enable him, and this is why he is the way he is. So just let them keep enabling him. Like they think that they're gonna get some reward out of it, enabling this
totally welcome
behavior. And then you have them blaming people like Meredith and Man for his behavior and the things that he does. It's on him.
I could probably come back around 7.
I wouldn't even worry about what they're going to do or what they're going to say. Let them continue to enable him, and he's just going to continue to circle the drain, and it'll be at his own peril. Who cares?
I see BLT's already like at it, trying to say it's all fake and they've been running the account the entire time.
Exactly,
so
Rose.
I think we need the DMs. So then like all these people like Lindsay and who knows who else that's been in his inbox and probably like talking shit that you wouldn't just talk to any random person on the internet without verifying that that's actually them behind the account. Like they wouldn't be dumb enough to be messaging some troll account like stuff Turtle wouldn't want them saying without making sure that's actually Turtle they're talking to, right? They're not that dumb, are they?
The one I posted has his number there. So, like, Lindsay would have messaged the number. Like, come on, grow up, guys.
Right. Just it's just stupid at this point. I mean, you have his phone number, you have his email, you have his IP address, you have his freaking credit card information. They're all fucking idiots, and they just like try to excuse everything he does. No, except he was harassing Meredith from fake accounts and trying to contact her job and encouraging others to do that, tagging her job in multiple posts. This is who he is. They can't explain this away. He's been caught. Accept it. You're making yourselves look like idiots trying to excuse this stupid ass, disgusting behavior. It's vile.
That's true. Agreed.
That's why I said, like, they're going to continue to enable him. They're going to be the ones to help his ass get right back in that damn jail cell. Let him keep at it. It's just so stupid to just ignore the obvious at this point. It's him.
It is.
It's just the same cycle that we went through with the recordings.
Recording. And it is. I do have to go, folks, but I can probably do part 2 of this later and finish it with you guys. We're an hour into 3 hours, and I don't want to, almost 3 hours. And I can skip a little bit, like around the end of it. In the middle, there's parts that don't really matter. That was Astro who was just talking, and before that it was Bonnie. But I could probably pop back on around like 7 Eastern Standard Time, so that's 4 hours from now. I appreciate all of you guys being here. I love you all. Thank you all for your donations today. Thank you for being a member, YBE. Thank you, Leah, for your donation, although I would have played it anyway, lady. I appreciate any and all of you guys who donated to the channel today. We can always use the support. We're just a tiny channel trying to get by these days, and I appreciate you guys sort of dealing with me when it comes to like me being not consistent lately. I'm still dealing with a family crisis, so I'm trying to get on here, when I can for you guys and continue to cover this stuff. So if you want to donate to the channel, there's many other ways you can do so. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, it's on the screen, it's on the ticker, Revolut, and then we have a link in chat and in the description of the video. You can use credit or debit. It goes to my PayPal, but you don't have to have a PayPal to do it. And we do have regular PayPal as well. I love your stinking faces, and I will catch you guys in about 4 hours. Part 2, 4 hours. See y'all later.